I love this song. Here's a fun fact about Canada. Did you know Canada has a strategic maple syrup reserve? We got maple syrup on lock. Hi, everyone. Desty, you've been lurking in my chat like a full half hour before I even went live. So, of course, you got all the stuff. Congrats on getting first. And also, I did take my meds. I mean, me shaking it, it doesn't tell you anything, but I did take them because you told me to. I'm also going to take a Tylenol because my head is pounding. Ugh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a day. What a day it's been, y'all. I was so stressed today. I woke up to an email. Okay, everyone here knows that I'm a member of a sailing club, right? I am unfortunately on a river, which means we are sort of beholden to the tide, sort of, or, not the tide, flood. So, you know, after the winter, we got to deal with the flood. And the last few years we've been all right, but this year the water's really, really high. So our planned date got moved. And hi, Peachy. Congrats on second. So our planned date got moved. Originally, we were going to try and do all of that this weekend, but now we can't because of the flooding, right? It got moved. And I've been working off the assumption that got moved. And then we got an email like this morning saying, hey, everyone, it's happening this weekend. And it's like, it can't happen this weekend. I have planned already for it to not happen this weekend. I haven't done any work on the boat. I have so much to do still. Not so much. See, the problem is that I'm panicking because I'm an anxious person, right? So like, what do I have to do on the boat still? I need to clean the hull, which is like an afternoon. I don't need to do a huge job on the boat. I just need to wash off all the dirt and give it a quick wax. And I've got a product that does both, basically. So like, not a huge deal. I need to reinstall the batteries because I've got the batteries sitting in my garage on trickle chargers right now to make sure that they stay healthy all winter. So I need to put those back in the boat. And then I need to make sure the engine runs. And part of the problem is there is no liquid at all in the engine right now. And I know that the engine, the cooling jacket, can take like 2 to 3 liters of water at the very minimum. So I'm going to need to figure out a way to get water into the engine while she's on the hard, or I wait till I splash her and then run the engine and hope that that's okay. They do typically like if you run the engine beforehand just to make sure everything's kosher. But like, I don't really have any reason to suspect she won't work. So I don't know. Stuff to think about. But thankfully we got an email like an hour ago basically saying, hey, whoops, we got the dates wrong. It is postponed this weekend. Don't worry. And it's like, that's a whole lot of stress off of my back. I don't have to worry about anymore. Would have been nice to have sent that like 4 hours ago. Whatever. So hi everyone. How y'all doing? I hope we're having a good time so far. Hey, why is my chat thingy working correctly? Oh, it is. Okay, just no one's talking. That's what it is. That's right. I told it to ignore messages from Sari. Not from Sari, from ISO. And also from Sari. So, that's fine. That's fine. As long as everything's working right. So, on to the fun stuff. Because it's Tuesday, I am no longer stressed out of my gourd. We got a delivery today. We got new anime figures in today. So I'm going to open those up live on twitch.tv. I don't have a camera set up or anything, so none of you are going to get to watch it, but you'll get to listen to me opening this new plastic toys I got. Isn't that exciting, chat? Aren't we excited? I will describe them in great detail, what I got. I will paint you a word picture so that you can join me in celebrating this incredibly expensive, pointless hobby I have. So this is one box. I don't know why they sent me 2 boxes. This could have been one package. What do I know? The usual picture of Amico. We love Amy. A new box for my cat. What did I get? Oh, that's right. See, the problem with ordering from Amy is you order figures like 8 months in advance, right? So by the time stuff gets delivered, I've forgotten what I'm getting. So I got myself a Pop-Up Parade Taiga from Toradora because she's real cute. And I got a Momo from Dandadan, who's also very cute. Yeah, I like Momo. I haven't watched the anime yet. I've only read the manga so far. There you go, cat. Oh, sorry. Sorry, cat. I booped your nose. You get in the box, though. Sorry, chat. I threw the box on the floor so my cat could jump in it, and she got overexcited and it popped her in the nose. She's fine. She's just insulted. So she's left now. She wants nothing to do with me now. It's her fault. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. Alright. Box number 2. She's alright. She'll live. Box number 2. The same Amico picture, because they decided to send me 2 packages instead of just 1. Don't know why they did that. Oh, that's right! Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. So this is a... Oh god. Too many things happening on my desk. I got the Holo, the Kadokawa Holo figure from Spice and Wolf. The one where she's like lounging on a blanket. It looks like a Dakimakura illustration, but it's 3D. This is the closest I have ever come to breaking rule number 5 of my figure collecting rules. I do have 5 of them. Oh, that's so pretty. I should have set a camera up before. Oh, hey, Faye. Thank you for the cat ears. Thank you. Now I can be cat mode for 10 minutes. So that's 3 new figures I got. And these are unfortunately going on the pile of unopened figures because I have entirely run out of case space. I have no more room in my display cases. So these are joining 1, 2, 3, 4. This is joining 5 other figures I don't have room for. I need to go to IKEA. The other figures I have waiting are Tamaki from Fire Force. And I only got Tamaki because they don't have a Maki figure. I prefer Maki myself, but Tamaki's cute too, I guess. I have a Frieren who's really, really big. She's a lot bigger than I expected her to be. And I have a couple of buildable serving robots. Chat, you ever go to a sushi restaurant and instead of human waiters, they got like these tall waiter robots that have little cat faces on them? I got little scale figures of those. They're very cute. What am I listening to? Not a fan of whatever that is. Yeah, it is cool. I'm quite happy with them. But I need the figure space, or I need the case space. And IKEA went and discontinued their good glass case. They replaced it with a far, far, far inferior product. It's shorter, it's narrower, it's just worse in every conceivable way. Just an awful display case. So I'm gonna have to find a new one. Supposedly, you can get like bootleg versions of IKEA's old glass case off of Amazon, but I haven't looked because Amazon is also bad. So it's fine. I'll figure something out. I just spent a bunch of money this last month, so I'm gonna wait till payday. and we can do that. So yeah, that's it. That's the little distraction at the beginning of the stream. How's everyone doing? Faye, how you doing? Peachy, how you doing? Hopefully you're all having a good week so far. It's only Tuesday, but you know, we're getting there. We're gonna figure it out eventually. Stayed up too late last night. Oh no. Working, so lurking a bit. Well, you picked a good stream to lurk in because this is the one where I yap a lot, as I'm sure everyone's aware. So I guess it is fun to yap. It's fun to yap when your throat doesn't hurt. My throat hurts today for some reason. So I got a big bottle of water. I took some Tylenol already, so I'll be all right. Hi, Desty. Welcome, welcome. Desty, I did all the stuff you asked of me at the very beginning. Congrats on first. And also, yes, I did take my meds. I made sure of that. I guess we'll just get straight into it, huh? So I'm gonna change my category. Stories from Sol. Oop. OBS. Why you do this for me? Stories from Sol. Oop. Okay. Go away. That's all good. Okay. The last time we played this, where were we? Chapter 10. 625, 625. I think this is the one, right? I think this is the same save. I just did it twice. Everyone's doing the hacking thing. Okay. So, last time we played, we figured out a plan to take care of the mutineers. We determined really, really good proof to prove that Cassie and the captain weren't traitors or aren't traitors. And couldn't possibly have set up the ship to fall to whatever enemy forces are happening. We also finally had an apostrophe. Lightning struck my brain, and the main character figured out, oh hey, maybe there's an intruder on board. Maybe the shadowy figure we keep seeing in the distance is actually another person, and they're the ones who are sabotaging everything. So the chief and I figured that out, and we are going to go and catch ourselves an intruder and hopefully save the gun dog and also Cassie, because I care more about Cassie than literally everyone else on the ship. So if you've never watched this before, this is a fully text-based game. Not text-based. This is a fully there's no voice acting. Let's put it that way. There's no voice acting in the game. It's all text. So I've been reading fucking everything. I've been narrating the whole ding-dang thing. I am not a voice actor. I am told I have a nice voice, and that's what you're gonna get. There are exactly 3 voices I can do in this game, and those are the only ones you're going to get. There's me, the voice you hear right now, which is the one I use for the main character. There's a... Thank you, Desty. There's an extremely annoying fuckboy voice I use for Hansen, because Hansen's a dick. And there's a bitchy femme version of the fuckboy voice, which I use for Vanessa, because Vanessa is a hyper bitch. We all hate Vanessa. We can maybe forgive Hansen, but we hate Vanessa in this house. So, that's what we're doing. All right, I got my water. We got the game. We are live. I'm going to turn on my replay so I can take my own clips if I want to. Let's go. Without thinking, you sprint away from the chief and towards the entrance into the aft thoroughfare. Hey, get back here! Despite the chief's call, you continue towards the sound of gunfire that tears through the air. Gunfire? Is there fucking... Oh yeah, there was gunfire happening. Okay. Oh god. She's cute, but she's a bitch, Desty. As a security officer, you knew this was your duty, but beyond that, you had a terrible feeling. What if you'd realized everything too late? You dash out of engineering and down the length of the corridor, the sound of gunfire reverberating through the long hallway. Pew pew pew! A piercing staccato is beaten out in the distance, and you drop to the floor as bullets punch through the space around you. Jesus Christ. You scramble back to your feet, bolting towards the central hub as a flurry of shots answers the volley you'd narrowly evaded. Another burst of gunfire cracks through the air just after you dive out of the thoroughfare, a clatter of bullets striking the wall behind you. More shots fly past as you scrabble along the floor, finally finding safety by pressing yourself up against the wall adjacent to the Fourside Thoroughfare's entrance. This guy. Corum, what the hell are you doing here? The two ensigns crouch on either side of the entryway. Hansen looks at you in confusion as Haru leans around the corner, firing off another burst. Does it matter? What's going on? What does it look like? Damn it! Haru quickly ducks behind the corner just as another salvo pierces the space they'd stood in. Hansen responds in kind before returning to cover. Who is it? Friend of Quinn's looks like. What? Fuck? Oh, sorry. Who is it was my line. Who is it? Friend of Quinn's looks like. What? You lean around the corner, trying to trying to catch a glimpse of the attacker as Haru takes the opportunity to fire back. This person! Whoa, the outfit, the plug suit, the straps coming off the belt up to the breastplate is extremely hot. I'm also not against having a gun being pointed at me. I'm kind of into this. Damn. The neck piece and the bracing for the shoulders. Oh my god. I am into this. Wait! Cassie! Almost out of sight, slouched against the wall leading to the crew quarters corridor is an unconscious Cassie. Cassie! Oh, what? Dusty, listen. I might not be as outwardly horny as our ghost witch or our rat, but I'm not a Puritan. I got needs, Dusty. Both of you, hold your fire. You might hit Cassie. We'll stop shooting when they do, Lieutenant. As the lethal back and forth continues, the central hub fills with the stink of gunfire and hot metal. But it's a gun. Listen, I was playing Into the Radius 2 today. Bye, cat ears. I was playing Into the Radius 2 today a whole lot, and I kind of got a little used to having a gun being pointed at me. Into the Radius 2 goes really hard. They throw like big strong enemies at you really goddamn early. Like mimics with fully automatic rifles just thrown into the mix. At one point I had to fight like 2 of those guys plus a bunch of police officer mimics. It was a rough time. So I'm all keyed up right now because it's a VR shooting game and I'm not great at VR shooting games, but I enjoy them quite a lot. I also have an airsoft gun. I have a couple. I've got a 6-shooter as big as your head because I think it's funny. And I have a really shitty I have a really crappy MP5. It has a see-through upper, or a see-through receiver, which no one really likes. We'll get that reaction from you. Okay, here's a true story. Sorry, we're gonna take a quick second to chat for a second. Here's a true story. My city has a garbage airsoft scene, and it's gotten worse over the years. As far as I'm aware, there is literally nothing. Like, there's no way to play airsoft in my city anymore. There are no more fields. No one does it in my city. It sucks. But when I was a teenager, there were a couple fields. So I tried getting into it. And at one point, we were all hanging out, and one of the people there had made bacon cupcakes. So it was a vanilla cupcake, but with like bacon bits on top. And I wasn't sure about trying it because I had never had bacon on a sweet before, you know? And then the lady who made it whips out a little like 9mm airsoft gun, obviously, and points it at my head and says, "Eat the fucking cupcake." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." Absolutely. And you know what? The cupcake was delicious. Airsoft used to be big here, but it's dead. Barely even have a paintball range. Yeah, Angie. Yeah. So it makes me so sad because Airsoft is fun and it's a great workout. Like, yeah, you're LARPing as whatever soldiers or PMC, whatever the hell, you know, it's all stupid, but it's fun. When I was in Japan, one of our last days in Tokyo, we went to Akiba, and there was a building that, you know, as Akiba has, buildings full of stuff. And one of the floors there was, actually 2 floors, was all Airsoft. And it was, oh, it was heaven. It was so nice. So many guns, grenades, heavy weapons. They had an Airsoft Claymore. Lots and lots of like gear. And they have, in Japan, they have like collab Airsoft stuff. So I don't know if you've watched Licorice Recoil, but they had a Licorice Recoil collab. So you could actually get Chisato's gun as an Airsoft gun. And it was so fucking cool. And I wanted it so badly. But Airsoft is like in a weird gray area legal-wise in Canada. So I knew I could not buy one and send it home. And even if I had bought one and sent it home, I couldn't use it because there's no Airsoft in my city. So like, when I do eventually move to Japan, because it is still the plan, I will be heartbroken to sell my boat because I'm gonna have to sell my boat. Because obviously I'm not gonna get a sailboat from Canada to Japan. I won't know where to keep it. But I will be able to get into Airsoft, which hopefully will soften the blow somewhat. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that was a little tangent. Let's get back to the game. As the lethal back and forth continues, the central hub fills with the stink of gunfire and hot metal. Many stories of getting raided by the police. God. Airsoft in Canada is kind of weird in that there is a forum. It's been active for a long time. It's a forum called Airsoft Canada. And last I checked, and keep in mind, it's been a decade at least since I last checked. Last I checked, Airsoft Canada had a bunch of RCMP people who sort of watched it to make sure that it didn't kind of cross the line. I say Airsoft is a legal gray area in Canada because you're not allowed to own a gun without the proper license. So Canada's gun laws are pretty good. You're not allowed to own a gun without the proper license. And to get the license is a whole course. You got to take a safety course. You have to prove that you're storing the guns safely. You can only really use them at the range unless you have a hunting license, in which case, you know, the hunting season, blah, 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 etc., etc. You are allowed to own replicas, but the replicas can't shoot or something. And then there's like a feet per second law or air guns, because you're allowed to have an air gun, but something. So like one of the weird things I saw was that if you buy an Airsoft gun in Japan, to ship it to Canada, you actually need to modify it so it shoots harder. Because if it doesn't pass a certain threshold, it's legally a replica, and replicas aren't legal. So you have to make it an air gun or something. It's all very confusing. I'm so long out of the game that I've forgotten most of it. So like I don't concern myself with it because at the end of the day, I'm not interested in trying to get back into it. As much fun as it is. But yeah, I wish. It'd be cool to get back into it. Back to the game. Sorry. I am so easily distracted. You'd been right. Someone was after Cassie, but you'd realized it too late. What would you do now? If you let this carry on, it won't be long until Cassie is caught by a stray bullet. The gun! You draw the gun that you'd stuffed inside your jacket and flick the safety off. I do ramble. Making sure to aim high so as not to hit Cassie, you pivot around the corner. You see your opportunity, and you fire. Pew pew pew! You watch you watch your shots impact on the attacker, running up her suit and striking her helmet. There's There's nothing here. Shoot her in the mouth. Head pats. Thank you for the head pats. So tasty. But she remained standing, totally unfazed. You begin to squeeze the trigger again when... What? Fucking what? Huh? Cassie? That's what I said. But how? No. Cassie looks good in a plug suit, though. I'll give her that. You pivot back around the corner just in time to avoid a slew of shots. What? Is that... Quinn? It can't be. Whatever. Shifting his weight, Hansen prepares to fire around the corner, unperturbed by this latest development. No! Hold on. Just a touch less, yeah? Huh? You dive into Hansen, forcing his gun upwards, a trail of bullet holes marking the ceiling. Don't shoot! I mean... Hi, Clem. Clean my glasses. I've lost my cleaning cloth. I'll have to do it with my t-shirt and hope it doesn't scratch up my glasses. Daily login. Congrats, congrats. I think you can still get third there, Clem. Did someone get third? I can't remember. No one got third yet. You can grab third. Yeah, there you go. Hint, hint, Clem. That gives you 100 bites. You can complete hash now. Alright. That is a clean pair of glasses. Get off of me! Chris, they're moving. As Hansen shoves you off, you watch Cassie throw Cassie over her shoulder and disappear through the hangar entrance. Hey, stop! You spring up and sprint after the two of them, following through the open doors. You barge past the ensigns and leap down each set of stairs. As soon as the gravity begins to lessen, you vault a railing and drop down to the bottom. Let's see what you get. Let's see what you get, Clem. I'm waiting for the hack to finish. You got the Eclipse Phase 1E core book. First edition is fun. So Eclipse Phase First Edition does fall into the trap that Shadowrun 5th edition falls into, where as a character, you have a thing called, I think they called it speed. It's been a minute since I read the core book for first edition. They called it speed, where the more speed you have, the more turns you get in a round. So realistically, you would always build your character for speed because of action economy, right? So I'm so glad they got rid of that in second edition. You can build your character to have more of the currencies, the meta currencies, which is their way of sort of simplifying having different bodies. And the meta currencies are how you give yourself more turns, but they also do other things. So it's sort of a balancing act, as opposed to in first edition, you just had speed. You wanted to max out your speed so that you'd have more turns, because more turns is always better. Second edition is a very good game. I love Eclipse Phase. My cat is currently hopping from box to box, and it's super cute. You gonna pick a box, Chloe? You gonna get all comfy? You want us to ship you back to Japan? No, she's not interested. Stop right there! You yell as you burst into the hangar, gun drawn. Stood in front of the huge mass of machine and foam, staring back at you, is Cassie. Looks at Cassie. Oh, the heartbeat's very cool. Is what looks like Cassie. Despite her appearance, there's no recognition of you in her eyes. The usual joy that permeates her entire being is absent. The thing stood in front of you is a facade, nothing more. Who are you? What do you want? You glance to her side and see Cassie, your Cassie, slumped beside the silent imitator. Cassie. You raise your gun and level it at the duplicate, but your hands are shaking too much as you stare down the sights at the face of your beloved. Just give her back and I won't shoot. ... A slight movement catches your eye and you look past your target at the entombed craft behind her. Oh shit. Wow. It just busted out of that foam like it wasn't even there. That's probably not good. Fragments of foam cut through the air around you as the machine's prison is vaporized in an instant. You're thrown back by the impact of its leg on the catwalk, only saving yourself from slamming into the hangar's rear wall by grabbing onto another nearby railing. ... Wait! Before you can recover, they grab Cassie, slip a mask over her face, and throw her over their shoulder before retreating up the machine's leg. Within seconds, the pair disappears inside a hatch atop the craft that closes as soon as they're through. You spring forward, kicking off the wall behind you when you feel a sudden rush all around you, drawing you forward. The air! You grab onto the catwalk's railing just in time. The hangar door is opening. Who opened it? You brace yourself against the air whipping past you, doing your best not to get dragged along with it into space. Whoa, my fucking god, I love my pompadour. I'm so hot, y'all. Corum, what the hell's going on? You hear Hansen yell over the rush of oxygen and glance back to see him and Haru hanging onto the hangar's entryway. Get back here, this whole place is depressurizing. They've taken Cassie, we've got to get her out of there. You shout back, the torrent of air continuing to rush out of the hangar, snatching the words from your mouth as soon as you say them. What are you talking about? Get over here! ... No. You feel the machine's steps reverberate around you as it stomps its way out of the hangar. Its engines ignite and a searing blast of heat hits your back as it soars away from the gun dog. Hey y'all, did I get the bad ending? Give it up, Corum, she's gone. Get back here. Cassie had been taken. Whatever that machine was, whoever its pilot was, she was with them now, hurtling away from the ship. Hansen and Haru remained clinging onto the doorway, gesturing for you to get out of there. Even if you could convince them to help Cassie, would Vanessa let them go in their armored frames? Maybe she was already ordering Dylan to fire on the craft. It's up to me. I gotta save Cassie! I must save her, yeah! As if I even had another option. I can't just let her go, she needs me. But I'll have to... I need to save Cassie! Len, get in the fucking robot! It's up to me! If I don't, no one else will. But... to save her, I'd have to... Len! Get in the fucking robot! I have to save her. She needs me. She's counting on me. This is it. I'm gonna save Cassie! Let's fucking go! Oh, I'm gonna save Cassie! You turn and bring your right leg up over the railing. Corum, don't! Whoa! The ensign lunges out to grab you, but he's too late. You throw yourself into the void of the hangar and are snatched away by the vacuum. You just about manage to grab onto the Juno as you fly past it, your arm nearly wrenched from its socket by the force. Despite the pain, you hang on and pull your way towards the access panel by the cockpit, fighting against the rush of air that continues to buffet against you as you input the series of commands to open the hatch. As soon as it's open, you clamber inside and grab an emergency oxygen mask, sealing it over your face as you activate the armored frame. Hitting the combination of switches and buttons required to start the machine, you feel a dull rumble followed by a swell in vibrations as the systems throughout the cockpit are illuminated one by one. You grip the flight sticks and squeeze, breathing deeply and slowly. You can do this. As you push down on the pedals, the Juno walks forward and you direct it to grab a machine gun from a nearby rack of weapons before turning to face the open hangar. You peer at the main monitor, trying to locate the enemy craft against the stars, but are distracted as a window opens on the screen to your left and a shrill voice yells at you from the monitor's speakers. Fuck off, Vanessa. You, in the Juno! I haven't given anyone permission to launch! What, Lieutenant Corum? What are you doing in there? You're supposed to be locked in your quarters. Get back up here now! Sorry, Lord, I'm going after Cassie. You're what? You're not leaving this ship, you traitor! Get out of there and get to your quarters now! If you don't, I'll... Fuck off. You press a single button on the screen, cutting off Vanessa's transmission. You couldn't care less about what she said or how she threatened you. You were done worrying. Everything you did now, you did for you, for Cassie. This is Lieutenant Len Corum, Kalik 5, launching. Yo! Fuck it up, me! You slam both flight sticks forward, just as you'd watched Hansen do during his duel against the machine, sending the Juno tearing through space towards where you'd last seen the kidnapper's craft heading. There you are. You force the controls as far forwards as they'll go, demanding every last ounce of thrust available from the engines. Woo, Mecha! I know, Clem, this is so good. The cockpit begins to judder around you, but you don't let up. As the gap between your armored frame and the machine closes, it quickly comes within visual range, and you notice it remaining still, almost like it had been suspended in space. In front of it, you see a strange shifting distortion, as though the space ahead of it had been torn open. This is future tech. This is Cassie from the future. Or a different reality? You're not going anywhere. With a twist of the flight sticks, the Juno banks right and you bring yourself around in a wide arc, building up speed until... Fuck it up. Give her back! Your head is still ringing from the impact and you taste blood in your mouth, but you manage to regain control of your armored frame, raising its machine gun towards the enemy. Now... Nope. You're not able to get a shot off before the craft blasts away into space. Gritting your teeth, determined not to let it escape, you thrust the flight sticks forward again, and you're forced back against the seat as the Juno hurtles after the target. You can hear the engines begin to whine, and the main monitor is full of warnings and alerts, but you keep the controls where they are, not wanting to give the enemy a moment of reprieve. You know what this moment could need? I love this game's soundtrack. It's very good, but I want some of the fucking... like, most experimental jazz just going off right now. That's what I want. Because I recently watched Gundam Lightning Bolt? Wait. Thunderbolt? Unicorn? Which is the one with the jazz? That's Thunderbolt, right? That. I want that. It's a cool looking mech, honestly. Slowly you gain on the strange craft, and as soon as you're within range, you squeeze the trigger on the right stick, holding it down to empty the gun's magazine. Halo 3 ODST has good jazz? I'd believe that. Each round slams into the enemy, the sustained series of impacts throwing it into a spin. There's more where that came from, you threaten, beginning the process to reload your gun. With a grim grin, you focus the targeting reticle, lining up your next volley. Wait. In an instant, the enemy turns, its snout-like protrusion already glowing brightly with the telltale bolts of energy emanating from the light within its weapon. It's all you can do to draw the controls back and slam your feet down on the pedals, trying to halt the Juno before it's caught in the deadly beam. Gasp. Oh shit. My arm! Through luck more than skill, you'd managed to prevent the blast of energy from cleaving your Juno clean in half, but now alarms filled the cockpit and your warnings cluttered your monitors as you realized the armored frame's left arm had been sheared off. You struggle with the controls as your off-balance machine careens through space, its fine calibrations now thrown off by the loss of the limb. You manage to reorient yourself, only to see the enemy's cannon pulsing with energy as it prepares another devastating shot. No! Damn it! Fuck it up, Hansen! My boy! I don't fucking like you, Hansen, but I understand. Surprised you lasted this long, Corum. Not a bad effort for your first flight. It is my first flight, which is sad. Gonna catch hell from the chief for losing that arm, though. Hansen, what are you doing out here? Saving your dumbass. What does it look like? Why the hell did you chase this thing out here? I told you, it's taken Cassie. You're such a sap, Lieutenant. Yeah, fuck off. But you've got guts. Never thought I'd see the day when you stood up for yourself. If you want to rescue Quinn, get moving. I'll keep it here. Right. Bang! As soon as Hansen disappears from your monitor, his Juno is behind the enemy, grappling it. You waste no time in following him, struggling against the controls. Your ability to maneuver is limited, but you thrust over to the craft, digging your frame's remaining hand into a gap between its armor. The actuators in the Juno's shoulders screech in protest as the enemy struggles against you, but you continue, not willing to stop now. I'm so excited! I'm reading this more excited. Okay, deep breaths. Oh, Cassie's awake. Yo! Fuck it up! Oh! I love this fucking game. Cassie! Len! You pull Cassie into the Juno's cockpit, closing the hatch behind her. As you float together in the enclosed space, arms wrapped around each other, you savor the moment. Isn't my hair amazing, Clem? I have a pompadour, it's so good. If it was possible, you'd never let Cassie go again, but with a sigh you release her, taking both her hands in yours. Cassie, are you alright? I think so. You can tell from the look in her eyes that she's still a bit dazed, but otherwise you can't see anything that worries you. Come on, I'm taking us back to the Gundog. You push off the cockpit ceiling and land in the pilot seat, bringing her down with you. I just bit my tongue. After the two of you are sat down, you strap yourself back in and take a firm grip of the flight sticks. Hold on tight, we'll be there in no time. You gently push forward on the controls, easing the Juno's engines back into life. Cassie wraps her arms around you, nuzzling as far into your neck as she can, given that you're both still wearing emergency masks. You breathe a sigh of relief. The Gundog grows larger on your screen as you slowly fly towards it. The enemy machine has been taken out. Cassie is back with you. Everything is all right again. Red flags! Hey chat, red flags! I don't like this flag we're raising. There might still be things to deal with when you get back to the ship, but at least Cassie is safe beside you. You let out another deep breath, unsure whether you want to laugh or cry. Instead, you relax, loosening your grip on the twin sticks and gently resting your head on Cassie's, bringing your right hand up to slowly stroke her hair. My guy, it's not over yet. Your armored frame continues its slow flight towards the ship. The only noise in the cockpit is the dull hum of the engine's vibrations and both of you breathing softly. Len, you sit up slightly and look down at Cassie, who's still burying her face in the crook of your neck. ... question mark? She spoke so softly you weren't even sure if she'd actually said anything until she begins to speak again. What's going on, Len? I remember getting taken to my quarters. Then there was this woman, gunshots. Now I'm here? I think she wanted to take me somewhere. I could feel what she wanted. It was going to be somewhere really far away from you, from everyone. You continue to gently stroke her hair, your fingers working through the strands to run gently down her neck and back. What happened? You're silent for a few moments, but eventually take your free arm and bring it around her shoulders, drawing her in tighter. I don't know. I don't know how to find out either. But whatever happens, I'll be here with you. I won't let anyone take you away again. I promise. You can feel a gentle pull on the fabric of your shirt as Cassie balls her hands into fists, clenching material between her fingers and palms. I love you, Len. Oh, my heart. I love you too. That's the first time you said that to me. Cassie draws her hands back from behind you and presses her palms against your chest, her face still hidden. You stare down at her, your heart full. Question mark? As you gaze down and on her, she begins to squirm and fidget, once again clasping the material of your shirt in her hands as she balls them into fists. I love you too. With her pressed against you, it's easy to feel Cassie tense up for just a second before her whole body relaxes. It's so obvious that she's relieved that you can almost feel it too. After another brief stretch of silence, she sits up, looking you in the eyes, hers moist with tears. Len? Holy fuck. What the hell? Yeah, y'all, we raised every goddamn flag in the book. All of them. We said, I love you. I never said this before. I'm so glad it's over. I'm relaxing now. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be with you. Every red flag in the book. We raised them all. What the hell? Oh Christ. Another one. Damn it. Oh my god. Before you can react, this new craft, identical to the one you just tore Cassie from, is upon you. The claws at the end of its leg-like limbs clasping tightly around the Juno's torso. You fight with the controls, causing the armored frame's engines to scream as you push them to their limits, attempting to escape the machine's grip. Hanson, Dalton, anyone, help! With alarms blaring from the cockpit speakers and warnings filling your screens, it's almost impossible to make out what's happening. You're just about keeping you and Cassie out of the rift in front of you, but even that is straining the Juno's engines to the point where you know they can't take much more. Just go, Len. What? Cassie, I can't leave you. It's me they want. I can feel it. The tears of joy that had filled the corners of her eyes now run down her cheeks, having turned to sadness. They're not going to stop until they have me. Take a rescue boy and eject. Let me go. No, I'm not leaving you. Absolutely not. More tears flow down her face as she grasps at your chest. You have to. They won't stop. You can't win. Just let me... I said no. You take a hold of Cassie by the shoulders, looking deep into her eyes. You know she's right. You can't win. But you're not giving up now. I told you, no one was going to take you away from me. If they're taking you, they're taking me too. You grab Cassie with one arm and slam the flight stick forward, sending you speeding towards the shear in space. Let's go! With a roar, you all plunge into the rift. You don't know why it wants Cassie, you don't know where it's taking her, but you know one thing, she won't be alone. Is that credits? Oh, what's this? Len! Come on, wake up, Len. I don't know who's saying it. That's it, wake up. Cassie! On the gun dog. What the fuck? You're alive, you're alive! I thought I'd lost you. Cassie? Oh, darling, thank God. Welcome back to the land of the living, Lieutenant. That's a whole carton of smoked Xiaomi, Cruis. What? What's... Yeah, whatever. Didn't think the Lieutenant was gonna be this tough. Guess you're full of surprises, huh, Corum? What's going on? Me and Cruis had a bet on whether you were gonna make it after we popped your cockpit hatch and found you slumped over the controls. He figured you'd used all your luck up. Not me though, Lieutenant. I knew you wouldn't let something like that take you out. You've been showing you've got serious guts lately. That's obviously not what they're asking about. As Cassie and the ensign squabble, you try to marshal your thoughts and memories. Everything feels disconnected, jumbled. Simply thinking feels like trying to find something in a dark room with no gravity. We lost the Juno. I remember going out to save you. There was this rip in space or something. I went into it and... you saved me, that's what happened. You sit up and place your face in your hands, massaging your temples with your thumbs to try and get rid of the feeling that your thoughts might fall out at any moment. Hey, I think you mean that I saved you? You're welcome, by the way. I saw you charge headfirst into one of those weird glowing things. Didn't know what was going to be in there, but knew you wouldn't survive if I left you to it. So like a good crewmate, I went in after you and dragged you and Quinn back out, brought you here. You'd do the same for me, right? You reach out and grab the nearby railing, pulling yourself up to your feet. As you do, the sensation of your head being flooded with thoughts and memories intensifies. You steady yourself, but keeping your focus feels like trying to carry a glass full of water that's been filled to the brim without spilling any. Wasn't this? Take it slow, honey. Don't rush. You sure you're ready to be up and about, Lieutenant? I don't know. Yeah, I'm fine. You push away from where you were stood, but trip, falling unceremoniously to the catwalk and slamming your forearms and knees onto the walkway. Len, are you okay? Alright, only so much of this I can watch. Come on, Quinn. I'll grab Corum. Let's get them up to the mess hall. Maybe a coffee will sort them out. Right, thanks. Hansen comes over to you and brings your arm up over his shoulders, hoisting you up without much delicacy. As you head towards the hangar's exit, Cassie follows close behind you, her hand resting tenderly on the small of your back. Once you're near the stairs, you move away from Hansen and begin to make your way up towards the Foreside thoroughfare, each step becoming easier as you will yourself to walk unsupported. Cassie, what's happening on the ship? What's happening on the ship is that the music is too loud. Here we go. Cassie, what's happening on the ship? With Lord and... Hey, Len, less talking, more walking. We'll fill you in later. Don't worry about that right now, honey. You look around the Foreside thoroughfare and see everything looking shockingly normal. You didn't know what you were expecting to be out of the ordinary, but seeing the thoroughfare as it had always been, its same liminal peacefulness soundtracked by the gentle hum of the ship's systems, made you feel reassured. Maybe it wouldn't be so hard for things to go back to how they were? It takes you longer than usual, but Cassie follows patiently behind you until you reach the mess hall. Alright, take a seat, you two. I'll grab some coffee. You sit down, still woozy, as Hansen orders 2 coffees from the vendmate. Cassie sits beside you, gently rubbing your back as you try to get your head to stop spinning. There you go. Take it easy and drink up. I'm sure Captain Bartermuse has a lot of questions for you. Oh, so the captain's back in power. Captain Bartermuse? What about... Oh, there you are, Lieutenant Commander Quinn, Lieutenant Coram. I'd almost forgotten her voice that I gave her. Not that I do voices very much. But you know. Ah, ma'am. Ma'am! At ease, you two. But, Captain, what are you doing here? What about the ensigns? What about Lord? Lord? Ah yes, Lieutenant Lord's little dalliance with command. Thanks to Chief Cathy's, that's been dealt with. Hell yeah. The Chief? Something I can help you with, Lieutenant? Captain Bartermuse said that you'd dealt with Lieutenant Lord? What? She's still free to walk around? I resent being made to sound like an issue on the daily maintenance log, thank you very much. Lord. You spring to your feet, your head snapping back between the 2 ensigns, trying to see who'd make a move first. What are you... Honestly, Lieutenant, don't make this so awkward. I'm here to... Come now, Lieutenant, let's hear you say it. Apologize. It seems that based on what happened in the Forside Thoroughfare, your actions out in space, what I was told by the crew, I made a mistake. So I thought I'd apologize. Sorry, Captain, Lieutenant Quinn, everyone. Oh, that's okay. I didn't even realize anything was going on. No. You don't just apologize for a mutiny. You don't apologize for beating the literal shit out of the captain and locking her in her quarters. That's just not done. Yo, that is a court-martial at the least. You know mutiny is punishable by death, right? Like that's treason. That's an execution. That's a dishonorable discharge at the very least. Fucking Vanessa. I've been so zonked on painkillers I slept through almost everything. What has been going on? Well done, Lieutenant Lord. That was very big of you. So then I'm sure we can all agree to put this matter behind us. Put this behind us? What? Hold on. The sensation of being lost in a shoal of your own thoughts returns, and you can barely grasp the situation. Was that it? After everything that happened? Vanessa apologizes, the captain agrees to move on. Really? Are you alright, Lieutenant Coram? You're not looking very well. I think we're in a separate reality. We must be in like a different reality or something. Captain, just what is going on? This is also... I think you should calm down, Lieutenant. Whatever happened to you out in space seems to still be having something of an effect. You could probably do with eating something. Now there's an idea. Why don't we all sit down for a meal together, as a crew? Chief Cathy's, gather everyone up, would you? I'm on it, ma'am. Alright then, who's first? What? A loud noise like the combination of a growl and a gurgle fills the room, causing everyone to look towards Cassie. Don't end this on a joke. Don't end this on an anime joke. Well, it has been a while since I ate anything. Any chance of a burger? Of course, Commander. Followed up by your favorite, a pineapple salad. Unless I'm mistaken? Oh wow, I didn't know you knew. That's perfect, Captain, thanks. You never thought you'd see the captain happily begin ordering meals for the crew from the vendmate, but she does just that, listening to Cassie's instructions on her burger preferences. You slowly slide back into your chair, cautiously eyeing the 2 ensigns and Vanessa. There's no way she wasn't planning something. This had to all be... Hey, Lieutenant, good to see you. Oh, Dylan, hey. Pretty crazy watching you go toe-to-toe with that thing out there. Fought almost as well as Hansen. No way. I mean, not bad for an amateur, but the lieutenant's got nothing on me. Lieutenant Coram, Commander Quinn, you're safe! Hey, it's Dusty! It's not Dusty, it's Dalton! No! Dusty, sorry, I don't think that Dalton's like you. I'm just gonna shut up. Just gonna shut up. I was worried about you guys. That thing looked tough. Thanks, Cadet, but you had nothing to worry about. My hero Len was there to save me. There we are, Commander. Thanks, Captain. With the noise of the entire crew chatter filling the mess hall, you find it hard to think. Your thoughts remain difficult to line up, instead flowing like mercury. As you watch Cassie raise the burger to her mouth, a memory does bubble to the surface. Wait, Cassie, you can't... Huh? What do you mean? Your stomach, remember? The doctor said... There's not... What the fuck? Okay, so we fell into an alternate reality. There's nothing to worry about, Lieutenant Coram. I made a mistake in my diagnosis. The synthetic food was not the issue. Dr. Rosarium, thank you for joining us. I'm... A doctor? You once again bolt out of your seat in shock. Is there a problem, Lieutenant? You were dead. I saw you. We saw you. You can't be here. Ah, I understand. No one else on this ship is a qualified physician, Lieutenant. Therefore, no one was qualified to assess if I was really deceased. Fortunately, the injury was not as severe as had been assumed. But okay, I'm snoozing this ad. Hey, come on, Lieutenant, you're killing the mood. Doc's fine. Wouldn't be up and walking about if he wasn't, right? Yeah, take it easy, Coram. Are you feeling okay, honey? Do you want to go to the sickbay for a lie down? No. The doctor was dead. The doctor was well dead. We checked. Yeah, honey. Do you want to have a little nap? Be quiet, Ensign Cruis. Your mind is a maelstrom at this point. Everything feels wrong. But it's all happening. It's all right in front of you. How can you argue with that? Come on, honey, have some fries. You shake your head at the offer, placing your head back in your hands. Cassie starts rubbing your back again, although quickly begins eating her fries with her spare hand. The crew eventually starts to chatter amongst themselves again whilst Captain Maris takes orders and retrieves meals from the Venmate, serving them with a level of cheerfulness that continues to leave you disquieted. I don't think we're in an alternate reality. I think we're in maybe a simulation? If this pulls a Jacob's Ladder, this is gonna pull a fucking Jacob's Ladder, isn't it? Y'all, if this pulls a Jacob's Ladder, I am going to be both very impressed and also very pissed off. There, I believe that's everyone. Oh, before I get started with my meal, Commander, I was hoping you could help me out with one thing. Oh, sure, Captain, what's up? The ship's emergency input codes, are they generated and adjusted regularly, or is it specifically prior to departure? Why would she ask that? What? This isn't real! This isn't real! This is aliens! They're trying to get the codes! Come on, Captain, you know that. You're the one that sets them, after all. Well, it's initially prior to departure, then every 5 days or per enemy encounter. Whichever comes first. The music. Of course. Thank you, Commander. No problem. Since the captain asked Quinn... yes, Vanessa? At what distance do we typically start transmitting our security clearance prior to announcing we intend to dock at a colony? What are these questions? Aliens! It's aliens! They've taken over! Yo! But fucking full fucking panic! Oh, that's a specific, I mean... And once we've been cleared for approach, is our docking confirmation signature specific to the ship, or does it depend on the combination of factors? Hey, you're just a cadet. I don't think you need to know that. What's the makeup of the Europa Garrison Force? Fuck, they're not even trying. Guys, I'd really like to finish my burger now if you don't mind. What's the target time for a Colony Defense Forces mobilization? Well, you look up to see the whole crew staring at Cassandra, a look of malevolent intent in their eyes. Does the JUCF implement a series of local data stores, or is it transmitted across a large-scale network? Guys, what frequencies are emergency requests transmitted on? What are you asking this for? Guys, how extensive are the JCF's nuclear capabilities? Oh Christ. Leave her alone. Guys! Cassie. Oh no. Voice 1. Another failure? Which incompetent calibrated this engram harvester? It's not subtle enough. We've been having difficulty with ensuring that the harvesting process is suitably... I don't care what you're having difficulty with. Rewrite the program to be more congruent with the query context, then run it again. Understood. We've had enough time to develop this. These failure rates are inexcusable. What the fuck? Hi, Second Mirai. There's some shit happening. We've got these gather clones' neural pathways mapped out. This should be simple. Clones? It's bad enough that Unit 00's jump drive malfunctioned. Are you telling me we can't even get the information out of a gather reliably? Well, she'll keep for the time being. At least we'll have time to finesse the systems before we start receiving more. What about the other one? The other what? The other sample. The one the hunter captured alongside this gather. Have we been... Is Cassie a clone? Wait. Okay, there's an ad starting right now. I am just going to push through the ads. Please, please, please use picture-in-picture on your browser to continue watching me. I am far too invested in this to stop. Hi, little Miss Yuri. Welcome, welcome. Head pat goddess is here. Thank you for the head pats. So tasty. Yuri, the story for this is wild so far. Let's see. My shout out button is not working. Why? Why aren't you working? Oh, because you decided to unlink yourself for some reason. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Validation failed. Cool beans. I love it when stuff on my thing just doesn't work. Alright, that's fine. Fuck you then, Bar Raider tools, I guess. There's nothing I can do about that. Oh, lordy, lordy. Holy crap, eh? Oh, them. I'd hoped that having them in the simulations with the Gather might help, since they seem to have some sort of relationship. Unfortunately, since their DNA isn't compatible with Mother AI, we can't run a specific engram harvester. What is this story? Shouldn't we be able to run a linear review in real time? If you want to waste your time, be my guest. Hopefully going through recent events again from their perspective could uncover some more information. You're certainly welcome to try. If you do find anything pertinent, notify me immediately. Understood. Oh, one more thing. Do we have the output of the engram harvest we carried out on the additional subject? Confirmed, it's been archived. Under which digital lobe? It's in the default mode network. Node? What? 104-590-814. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down. Ba 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 ba. 104-590-814. What the fuck is going on? Whoa. To reclaim what is the right of the people in their name and her honor, we do what we, I assume, must. Tactical data removal, subject N001. Biological interstice 1-something. Rental drift between rental? This one. What is going on? Oh, I can move this. Subject and source. We do what we must. All glory goes to Mother AI. Compatibility. Genetic inconsistencies. Cerebral match rates. 99.71%. Engram defragmentation. Total biorhythm. Oh. Excellent. Send me that reference. It might be useful for review later. Now, run this one again. Once you've started her engram harvest, you can do the same with the others. Understood. Oh my god! Wait, I'm Cassie! Is this the bad ending? Did I get the bad ending? No! May 6th. Planetary calendar 214. 24. What? We're back in time. Europa Colony 01. Jovian Colony Fleet 2nd Military Court. What the fuck? Hi, Pippa. Now that we're all here, we can begin. As was decided yesterday, this is to be the final day of the inquiry into the events that happened on board the JFS Gundog between April 24th and April 28th. Right, it was in April, not August. Hi, Pippa. How you doing? Hi. Our findings today will dictate the JCF's future actions around the matter, as well as what is to be done with the ship's crew. Guards, please bring Miss Maris Bartomuse to the stand. Welcome back, Miss Bartomuse. It's my pleasure, Admiral. Now, Miss Bartomuse, we've gone over everything that had happened. My arm is falling asleep. Why is my arm falling asleep? Am I getting a heart attack? Why is my left arm numb? Oh, really though, actually, why is my left arm going numb? No pain in my chest, so I shouldn't be having a heart attack. But my left arm is going numb for some reason. That's really weird. Negative jaw pain. Nope, I'm fine. Hi, June. I think I pinched a nerve. Yeah. It's my not ulnar radial. The outside one. Hi, Spooky. There's the spooky gunshots. No slurred speech, obviously, as you can tell. I mean, there's no slurred speech. Oh, I'm fine. We're fine. Now, Miss Bartomuse, we've gone over everything that happened on board the Gundog following its departure from this colony on April 19th up until the 24th. No stroke. The last task of this inquiry is to find out what happened following Miss Lord's adjustment to the command structure up until your return to Europa 1. I trust we'll have your full cooperation on this matter. Hasn't that already been demonstrated? A yes or a no, Miss Bartomuse? Yes, Commodore. Thank you. So we understand that the main effort to counter Miss Lord's mutiny was made by Chief Engineer Cathy's and Lieutenant Coram. Is that right? No hydrate? No, I got rid of it, Spooky. I got rid of it because I am constantly hydrating. Like, I literally go through 1 liter to 2 liters of water every time I stream. Because I never shut up, my throat gets really parched. So I'm constantly drinking. So the hydrate redeem was kind of useless because I'm never not drinking water. So I put the posture back on there. Let's see. That's the long and short of it. You said that the two of you had found enough information to prove that none of the accused had anything to do with the treasonous action. What do you mean betrayed again? Betray you. There, get betrayed, nerd. Please don't be the one where I sing.
I miss the BFC. That's what I'm. Wait.
One day, that will backfire, and it will pull up the clip that shall not be mentioned. Change it to posture check because of... Yeah, I changed it to posture check because of Yuri. It was Yuri's idea, actually. And yeah, I mean... I could I could make it a lube command to lube me up, throw me in grease. If I ever do a drinking stream, I'll do that. I'll have a shot, take a drink, finish your drink command. Oh, that would be dangerous, wouldn't it? That would be bad. What I should do is I should lock that behind bits. That would be funny. Put commands behind bits. Treasonous actions. What happened after that? Whoa, Spooky. Thank you for the bits, Spooky. Well, we'd finally got as much of it figured out as we could. We were going to take it to the rest of the crew, get them on side, and go confront Lord. Before we could go anywhere, though, we heard gunshots. Lieutenant Coram went running off to see what was happening. I couldn't get close because of the bullets flying everywhere. Things calmed down for a second, and I saw the lieutenant and the ensigns running into the hangar after whoever had been shooting things up. From your position, could you tell why this attacker wasn't apprehended by security? It's like I told you already. Quinn's weird twin was packing some serious firepower. Rumney and I were pinned down. We could barely get a shot in. And I know I got some shots in. My aim's good. But whatever body armor she was wearing, it's like she didn't even notice. I see. So after this, the lieutenant and the unidentified attacker, who you've stated was carrying an unconscious Lieutenant Commander Quinn, they made their way to the hangar, whereupon they both launched in separate crafts. My robot limbs don't get stiff. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could put it back. I just don't want to have too many redeems, you know? Because it gets messy if you've got too many redeems, right? I already worry people are missing some of my redeems. Like, I cannot remember the last time someone used my TTS redeem to say stuff. Not that I'm asking for it, it's just, it's been a minute, you know? I guess it is 500 points though, so like, 500 points also gets you cat ears. Or any of my other stupid things. Pippa? Are you planning something, Pippa? Separate crafts. Yeah, that's right. Why were they allowed to launch? It wasn't my fault. I did everything I could to stop them from launching. God, I love that one. I love the balls harden. It is such a stupid redeem. God, I love it. I did everything I could to stop them from launching, but none of my controls are responding. They must have hacked the system to override my authority or something. It's the only explanation.
Incoming message from little_miss_Yuri. You have summoned thy.
I have summoned thy? Thy what? What has been summoned? I bet they did it ahead of time. There was no way I could have known. Even if you had lost control of the systems, we were under the impression that the hostile craft had been secured. Was this or was this not the case? The thing is that, Cadet Grange, can you answer the question? Why hadn't the craft been secured? The craft had been secured. Until it managed to break out, I'd have bet my life that nothing could get through Cadet Grange's compound. The stuff was almost impenetrable. I'd be surprised if the team working on the Gundog right now has got anywhere near removing the cargo crates that were stuck in it. If that stuff didn't stop it, then there was nothing else on the ship that could have. So the enemy craft was able to escape the restraining compound and leave the ship after the hangar controls were overwritten. Head pads. Oh, the head pad goddess. Considering that Lieutenant Coram was, at the time, supposed to be confined on suspicions of treason, how were they allowed to board a Juno? Hey, we didn't know the lieutenant had gone anywhere until they came running down the hall in the middle of a firefight. They made a jump for it before we could stop them. Crewis tried to grab them, but the lieutenant was gone before he got anywhere near. Surprised the lieutenant didn't just get sucked out into space pulling a crazy stunt like that. And what happened after the lieutenant made their way into space? I mean, I was able to track them in that weird thing after they launched, but they were moving so fast and so close together, I couldn't get a good lock on either of them. Lord was ordering me to take them both out, but before I could line anything up, Crewis was out there in Gundog 01. Pippa, 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 just saying hi. Do you know who gave Crewis permission to launch? Hey, no one gave me permission to launch. Would you think I'm just gonna hang around and watch an amateur like Lieutenant Coram get torn to pieces because they can't pilot worth a damn? No way. Coram showed some guts, and I wasn't gonna let them die after they finally grew a spine. I went out there to give the lieutenant a little bit of help. So the two of you were able to defeat the enemy craft together. Of course, Cruis was able to take it out. What do you think we dragged back into our hangar for you guys? Might be in a few pieces, but those tech nerds love a challenge, right? But the lieutenant didn't return with you. Why not? Because they disappeared. That's why not. They sold out their friend and used them to cover their escape. Vanessa, fuck off. Oh, I'm so upset with her. The Lieutenant and Quinn are probably off plotting against us right now. We're not here for speculation, Miss Lord. We're here for facts. You're confident they disappeared. They didn't disappear. Our records show that shortly after retrieving Lieutenant Commander Quinn, they were preparing to return to the Gundog when another enemy craft appeared. Gundog 01 was still busy with the original craft, and with the damaged Juno, the Lieutenant was in no position to fight back. Then what happened? Where did they go? Well, I can't say for sure, but it was like they were dragged off somewhere. Dragged off. That's what it looked like, but I think it may have actually been a boson jump. A what? A boson jump, Commodore. If you think about how our HFDD works, by warping the space around the ship to allow it to move significant distances, then a boson jump does something similar, but connects two unique points in space, letting a craft move directly from one point to another. All theoretical, of course. The energy requirement alone would... Alright. Thank you, Chief Cathys. But if you were able to detect indications of a space warp, even if it was non-standard, why did the Gundog not head out in pursuit? Well, see, that's when the power went out again. See, the power fucking went out again? Jesus. It was like what happened on the 23rd with the Gundog and the O'Brien. If we'd been any closer, the electromagnetic pulse would have overloaded our key systems and we'd have all been fried. So the ship was immobilized. What did you do then? Guess I was lucky. Holding onto that trash machine must have shielded me or something. Once the lieutenant disappeared into that freaky light show, I dragged the wreckage back to the Gundog. We got the power back online, then slunk back here, tail between our legs. Who ordered the return to Europa 1? Miss Lord? No, that was my idea. How were you able to regain command from Miss Lord? Chief Engineer Cathys took the opportunity to free me from my quarters whilst the ensigns were distracted. I helped her reactivate the engines, and then after that, I met with the crew and informed them that the original command structure was back in effect. After that, I had a polite discussion with Miss Lord, where I informed her that I was resuming control of the ship. And was she receptive to this, Dalton? Well, aside from her use of physical force, Vanessa, you can fuck clean off, Vanessa. You kicked and punched the captain in the guts. She's lucky I'm not there right now. She'd be catching these hands. It was an abuse of power, plain and simple. I wasn't given the opportunity to state my case. There was no hearing. I was immediately confined to quarters. More than you deserve, Vanessa. They should have tossed you out the nearest airlock, bitch. As soon as this inquiry is over, I want to open a grievance against Maris Bartermuse. Thank you, Miss Lord, but at the moment we just want to know if you're aware of what happened after you were confined. I'm sure you must have all the information you need on that from the ship's logs, Commodore. For the benefit of the inquiry, Miss Bartermuse. From that point on, the Gundog's journey back to Europa 1 was uneventful, and everything occurred as expected. We returned to the colony, immediately notified command of the craft in our hangar. I submitted my report on the events that had taken place since our departure. And here we are. Thank you, Miss Bartermuse. The inquiry will be adjourning whilst we go over our findings. You will be notified as soon as we have come to an agreement on our verdict. Guards, please escort Miss Bartermuse back to the holding cells. With the exception of some spurious accusations from Miss Lord, it seems that the crew are all giving relatively consistent testimonies. What do you think, Admiral? Losing someone like Cassandra Quinn is a catastrophe. She was only a lieutenant commander, but she's worked on a multitude of different ships, bases, and installations. In terms of her institutional and process knowledge, if she was interrogated, there's no saying just how much the enemy would be able to learn from her. They might already have done that. We've been getting reports of attacks on various frontier outposts with similar patterns to what happened on the Gundog. Wow. Loss of power, sudden illness amongst the command structure, attackers appearing out of nowhere. The list of officers we've lost is already too long. Female officers. What? Captain? Just something I noticed, Admiral. All the officers missing are women. Whatever is going on, we can't let it continue. Shit. The inquiry into the events aboard the JFS Gundog will now reconvene. Guards, please bring in Miss Bartermuse. Welcome back, Miss Bartermuse. It's once again a pleasure, Admiral. We'll be brief. After reviewing the testimonies of you and the crew that served under you, as well as the ship's logs and recordings, we have come to our conclusion regarding your futures within the JCF. Maris Bartermuse. We appreciate the unusual circumstances, but it must be acknowledged that you lost control of your vessel. Because of this, we will not be reinstating your rank as captain. I see. But, due to your experience with the issues that the Gundog and her crew faced, you will be acting as a special advisor on a newly formed task force on board its lead ship, the Sylvestris. This response unit will be responsible for handling an increase in similar events to those that impacted the JFS Gundog and JFS O'Brien. A stipulation of this position is that you will be partaking in mandatory psychotherapy with the ship's medical staff for the duration of your role. Understood, Admiral. Thank you. Man. With regards to Hanson Cruis, for participating in a mutiny, you should be dishonorably discharged and facing a minimum of 10 years in prison. However, due to your performance in combat and experience with these new enemy machines, you will be serving as a pilot in a new task force. Samurai daily login. This role is non-negotiable. In addition, you will be kept under supervision, and your time as part of the task force is in lieu of time served. This will also be the case for Haru Romney. Hey, won't see me complaining. Haru. I like Haru. Haru's cool. As for Chief Engineer Mackenzie Cathies, you are to be transferred to the JFS Sylvestris, where you will act as its Chief Engineer. The Sylvestris will serve as the flagship of a new task force. Because of this, we are removing Cadet Dalton Grange from your instruction. But... Instead, Cadet Grange, you will be transferred to the JCF R&D department, where you will receive appropriate support to develop your new compound into a viable weapon. Dalton, my guy! You're getting recognized! Hell yeah! There you go, Yuri. Dalton's getting recognized. Oh. Thank you, ma'am. That's great. That's, Moving on to Warrant Officer Dylan D's nuts. We have reviewed your request and have decided that it is... We have reviewed your request and have decided that it is in the JCF's best interest to give you a honorable discharge from the fleet. Good call, ma'am. Your stipend and freedom are, of course, dependent on your ensuring that you do not disclose any information about what happened. Consider the matter highly classified. Now, wait, Second Mirai. Once you've got 2, you can do a root access now, too. You can hack the root network. Hell yes. Yeah, Second Mirai, you can do a root access hack. And that'll get you a random item. Also, Spooky, I took your advice. If you look in my About page. True. If you can look in my About page, I've got like the different commands you can run to see what you've got. So there's exclamation mark bytes, exclamation mark hashes, and exclamation mark cache. And that'll show you your stuff. I need to figure out cache because people who have been doing a lot of hacking have hella items, and it absolutely blows up chat. So, yeah. Gotta figure something out about that. My Favorite Couches, a podcast. Hello, and welcome to My Favorite Couches. Today on My Favorite Couches, we are going to be talking about the lounge. The lounge is one of my favorite couches because it is, as the name suggests, good for lounging. Sounds like a cat. Hi, Nick. Cat it is. Thank you for the cat ears. Let's see. Don't worry about that, ma'am. Not planning on thinking about this anytime soon. As for Miss Lord, typically a mutiny against your commanding officer would result in your execution. Yeah, idiot. The fuck did you think? But I didn't. All the evidence is... Quiet, please, Miss Lord. However, we do understand that, due to the rapid development and confusing nature of events, it did appear that the crew of the ship could have been involved in a conspiracy. Had that been confirmed as the case, you would have followed the appropriate protocol by removing Captain Bartomuse from command. Given this, the inquiry has decided to be lenient. You will instead be placed under house arrest, pending further investigation. Yes! Not what I wanted from her. Thank you for the head pats. I will take this. Understood. Thank you, ma'am. This bitch is walking. I'm so upset. Oh, I almost forgot. Dr. Safer Rosarium. Due to his death in the line of duty, he will be given posthumous 2-rank promotion. As we have been unable to contact any next of kin, the doctor will receive a public service before his ashes are spread in the Europa Military Memorial Gardens. This judgment hereby concludes the inquiry into the events that happened on board the JFS Gundog between April 24th and April 28th. User access gives you hashes. Do they accumulate? They do. They do. So, daily login gives you bytes. First, second, and third also gives you bytes. So the first, second, and third people here have the opportunity to get 200 bytes. Daily login is free for everyone, though. Everyone gets at least 100 bytes per show. Once you have 800, you can trade them in for 10 hashes. Every user access hack gives you 1 hash. Root access needs 2 hashes. So if you watch... if you're very lucky, you can get away with only watching 4 of my streams, and then you can hack root access 5 times. Or you can build them up as you go, and you get random items. And the user access hash only gives you a hash. User access hack, sorry. The root access hack gives you 1 random piece of data. No, you can do it as many times as you want. If you got the hashes for it, you can do it. The root access hack gives you 1 random piece of data from a list I've written. There's 170 items on that list. I have forgotten most of them. I do intend to expand it as I go, but the more I write, the slower my streamer bot gets, because it's pulling from so many things. Yeah, so Nick just got Rep Network exploit, which it's a random item that didn't do anything. Well, let me do again. It says I had none. See above. Don't have enough hashes. Collect 2 or more to do a root access. Please hold. Can you do... Use 2. You should... Do this. Exclamation mark hashes. I want to see what it says. You have 1. Interesting. Let's see. Sekamarai. 1, 2, 3. You had 4. And then you did 2 of them. You did 2 root accesses, Sekamarai. My thing shouldn't be screwing up. Let's see. Persisted users. You did 3 root accesses? Those take 2 hashes each, so that would have been 6. Or you did 3 root accesses. Those give you 1 each. So you only get 1 per thing. Per user access. Let's see. Sekamarai. Here, how about this? Because I wasn't counting perfectly, I will do this. Boop. Add hashes. Sekamarai. I'll give you 4. There you go. So you've got your 4. You can do 2 more root accesses. Are we happy? Sorry, I'm getting caught up in this story, so I wasn't paying super close attention. But I hope that makes you happy, Sakurai. All decisions are effective immediately. You are. One question before I leave, ma'am. Oh, Bartimeus, go ahead. What is the plan regarding Lieutenant Corum and Lieutenant Commander Quinn? ... I can assure you, Captain, finding those two is a top priority for us. I see. Thank you, Captain. As I was saying... Wow. You are dismissed. No! Is that how it ends? No! Is that how it ends? Oh my god! Hey! Second game ever finished on stream! Whoa! Oh my god, what a game. I like that everyone gets a little pixel art cartoon. It's so cute. What a cliffhanger to end on. Yeah. There had better be a sequel. I mean, it is called Stories from Saul, subtitle The Gundog. So I fully expect there to be. You did 2 user accesses for a total of... My bad, I read the Hack the Local Network. They have 3 additional hashes. You... Oh, I see. Okay. Well, whatever, keep them. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's just a silly little mini game, Sakurai. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, there you go. No worries. Not a problem whatsoever. It's just a silly little mini game. Console porting. Wow. Oh boy, what a cliffhanger to end on. I'm not gonna skip these subtitles. I'm not gonna skip these credits. These people did a hell of a job. They deserve to be recognized for this. Hey everyone, if you liked this game, please go buy Stories from Saul, the Gundog. As you can see, it's a very good game. My question now is, they do sell it as a visual novel. Does it have different endings? 240 BPM lo-fi tracks. Hardcore rave music to chill out to and do your homework to. Yeah, right? I'd assume that there are different endings. I'm gonna pull up Google and see. Complete all of these. Let's see. Stories from Saul, the Gundog. How many endings? Yeah, my other arm is getting numb now. What the fuck is going on? Ending questions. Okay, Stories from Saul, the Gundog. The Gundog walkthrough wiki. There we go. Around the ending you got. So, story. This is spoilers. This is spoilers for this game. If you don't want to hear this, mute me for a little bit. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I promise I'll finish in 5 minutes. Gundog's story ends in approximately the same place, although there are different ways to get there, and the specifics of the ending can be different. Heading into the portal alongside Cassie after rescuing her is the best ending. Oh. The ending is setting up future titles. Stories from Saul was intended to be an anthology title, but Gundog got so big, we decided to release it as its own standalone game. We've mapped out future titles, don't worry, we have plans for both Cassie and the Lieutenant. Hey, that means I got the best ending. Cool. The ending branch is refusing to accept Vanessa as captain and getting confined to quarters. You then sneak out. You go, okay. Hey, has someone made a map? I wonder if someone's made a map. I really like visual novel maps. where like it shows you the paths you can take, you know? Let's see. Characters, windows. It's there. Stories from Saul. Recommended characters. Items. No, there's nothing, huh? Let's see. Roots. Stories from Saul Roots. Let's see, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently I got the best ending. I got the true ending, I suppose. Okay. Oh, these are for achievements, though. So, blah, blah, blah. Huh? What the fuck? There is an ending I didn't know about. Wow, I am not going to mention that. That is a hell of a spoiler. Holy crap. Okay. Oh my god. All right. So, I didn't really have any plans for this now. I suspected I would finish the game this session. I didn't think it would only be an hour and a half into my stream though. I didn't really have any plans for anything else. And I don't really want to get into another story game right now because my schedule is a little up in the air for the next little bit. There's, as I've mentioned before, it's getting ready for boating season. So I think what I'm going to do, I think we're going to chill out. I think we're going to chill out a little bit and play a funny little game. So give me half a second to prep for this. Stream 14? No, because I wouldn't know what to do in 14, Pippa. Although it would be very funny to stream 14 and use the add-on I put in my OBS stream. Fish. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do a funny little thing I did. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to run ads and then I'll be right back. And I will set up something fun. And we can all just chat and hang out together. Does that sound cool? So, see you soon. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Oh, buddy. You're getting some double aught here. Oh, that's not good. Are we friendly now? Okay. Oh, there we go. Ads are over.
Hey, Topside.
Yo.
For later
Yo.
intents and purposes, would you be interested in going TL?
What do you mean?
For like this op?
No. I mean, like later on, once we start getting more like a solid group of people that shows up consistently.
I mean, I could. I don't know that I'd be a good TL, to be honest.
I mean, that's what practice is for.
I know.
Well,
I tend to
honestly,
be a better second. But
You're actually probably a really good TL.
okay.
Genuinely,
I'll take
thought
your
I
word
was
for it.
Really bad TL, but staying calm is like 90% of it.
Okay. Yep.
All in.
I really like our lats. They're very nice. Like the 2/12 colors was orange and white. Ours are white, red, and gray. Nice. Hell yes.
Oh, I love that.
Bravo, jump.
Here we go.
Squad lead, jump.
Jumping.
Caution,
Oh god. Oh, I've been yeeted. Alright. So I need to pull my chute at 200 meters. I'm watching my altimeter. Ground's coming up fast. Ooh, my heart's actually pounding. This is funny. Ooh, let's get close to the ground.
Wonderful.
Okay, pulling. Oh, Jesus, no! Well, I took their advice at face value. I pulled a 200, and I paid the price. Rip me. I'm still alive. Knowing that the blast door is being kept open by the device's dwindling battery power, you drop to the floor and, grabbing the PST, begin to crawl forward into engineering. Bad ass. Also, fucking horrifying. What if the doors start closing? I'd be cut in half. There's just enough clearance for you to worm your way underneath, but the smooth panel floor turning to grating makes it an uncomfortable experience. Hello? Hello, we're back. We're gonna have just a tiny little bit of fun. I have something to show off. We are going to play a funny little game. It's a very chill little game. It is not an easy game. There is going to be swearing, I promise you. Oh, the cat ears. Okay, good. Here's a little hint. So, I like... Hey, chat? Chat plays Doom Eternal. Hey, chat? I like trains. I got that train autism.
The ball's hardened.
The timing. Very good. I like trains, so I've got a wee little hat. My cat ears are still up. They're just kind of eaten by the hat. I'm sorry, Second Mirai. I am going to refund you for the cat ears because I am gonna wear this hat. So you've been refunded. There's your points back. What we're going to do, if this wasn't a bit of a thing already, we are going to play a train game with my brand new train controller. I bought myself a train controller. It's from Japan. It's a Switch controller. It was made by someone, Zuiki, for the train game Densha Dego, which is an arcadey train game, but it works for a lot of other games. So what we're going to do is JR East. We're going to play JR East. And now I don't have a lot of lines because they are expensive. It is like $40 to $50 per line. And they're all fucking massive. Because this game is the gamified version of the actual simulators they use in Japan to train train conductors there. So what it is, instead of a video game, it's an FMV with a 2D HUD overlaid on top. So you're gonna see some shit. We're gonna start with the Hachinohe line, which runs along the eastern coast, the northeastern coast. We're well up there. It is a, whoops. It's a Kiha E310 500 series electric train. OG Ninja Gaiden with its controller, can you imagine? So we're gonna start with this one because it's only 4 stations. Warning right up in front, I am going to tell you right up in front, I am bad at this game. So, let's go. Let's do this. Oh, June, no.
7時17分発八戸線普通列車9時行きです。まもなく発
So
車い
this
た
is
し
what the
ます。
game looks like. Actually, I'll leave the HUD on so that we can see what the hell's going on. Train time! Yeah, let's go! I mean, I would try. It's got all the buttons that a Switch controller has. But
発車八戸二番出発
let's
進行
go!
白色灯点灯パターン点灯閉じ目点灯時刻よし運転よし時刻よし制限50
It's all in Japanese, by the way. The whole thing's in Japanese. So we're going to
ご乗車あり
try
がとうございます
to make it to
八戸線下り
the train
普通列
station
車
on
9時
time.
これから先長縄城
We have a speed limit coming up of 50 kph. Yes, yes, yes. I control this with my game controller.
終点9時まで各駅に停まります主な途中駅の到着
Okay,
時
so
刻
the
を
speed limit is 50 right up ahead. You can
本八戸7時
場内
25
中
分
継進行
サメ7時
八戸貨
43分
物通過制限
垂れ差し
So
線
here, I'll throw this up.
14分
進行制限
足上
60
8時7分
制限70
so
亀市8時18分
it's kind of hard to see. The stick on the left is the only control.
9時には
basically.
9時4分の到着
So
です
pulling it down makes you go.
各駅降りの際は
Putting it in the middle is neutral. And then it's got 8 levels of brake above that. And then the very last level at the top is emergency brake.
車内は禁煙です
There's the silver button. You can see it on the right side of the left stick is the button you need to press to pull it into gear to get the train to go. And then there's 5 levels of acceleration.
ご理解とご協力をお願いいたします
So I'm on full blast right now. I've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get to the next station.
長縄城です
And we've got a speed limit of 80 coming up.
30秒
So I'm gonna have to...
80
So I have it in 1 now. Yeah. It's super cool.
制限解除
And I love this, right? Like, how cool is this? Because it's an FMV, it never changes. So if you play the same tracks, the same line every single time, you're gonna see the exact same video because it's a video. Like, there's a guy out in the field doing this stuff. It's so fun. Train games are so cool and chill. I've got a minute 50 to get to the station, and I'm less than a kilometer to it. So we're gonna start slowing down. Yeah. I'd like to get Train Sim World, but for whatever reason, the people behind the Train Sim World games have made it a yearly release. Which, like, imagine
ま
if
もなく長縄城です
Imagine if Microsoft Flight Sim was a yearly release, you know? So we've got 5 levels of brake on right now. The station is coming up on the left. And we're going to try and stop within the stopping up ahead. Why Train Sim World does a yearly release is absolutely beyond me. Oh my fucking god, that is the best stop I have ever done.
よし閉じ目消灯45秒そう
That is 100% getting clipped. Oh, that was the best stop I have ever done. Turning Minecraft into a train game sounds fun. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Japan has got hardcore train lovers. Isn't this cool, June? I love it. So you still control this thing with the controller? Yes. Yes. Sorry, I think I answered that already. Oh, we're not good to leave yet. Sorry, there's a minute to go. Whoops. Yeah, and they actually make you stop and wait. So I could skip ahead, but I'm not gonna. So we need to wait until the pilot light lights up. Once the pilot light lights up, that means all the doors have closed and all passengers have boarded. And then we get the announcement saying it's ready to leave. They also want you to have between 200 and 400 kilopascals of braking pressure So at a stop, you want to keep it between break 6 and 7, or break 6 and 8, give or take. Gonna make a train, see if you can convince people to join. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, Nick. Trains are so much fun. 10 seconds to launch. The train! I forgot the thing! I forgot to change my name. Hold on. Let's do this real quick. JR East Train Simulator. I wonder... it does have it. Oop. And... I make the choo... I make the choo-choo. Let's see. JR East Train Simulator. There we go. Change that. Len is driving the trains. Choo-choo. There we go. Okay. That's better. That's because Dusty isn't here to remind me to change my thing.
発車遠方進行閉じ目点灯
Hasha.
時刻よし運転よし
So, funny story. We're in Kanazawa. We take the train, or not the train, we take the bus everywhere in Kanazawa. Kanazawa doesn't have an amazing train system, but they have a very good bus system. So we're in Kanazawa, and the bus drivers were so low-key. Oh, did my cat ears come back? Oh no, they popped down. The bus drivers in Kanazawa were so low-key.
進行
Every so often, or not every so often, every single time the bus stopped, the bus driver would like lean forward and lean on the wheel. And then before we would take off, the bus driver announces that, hey, the bus is about to move.
進行
Next limit is 40. Where? I'm gonna have to slow down. Oh, is it over this bridge? If later than 3 seconds, honestly, yes. Is it because I'm
制限
changing?
解除
Seigen. Yeah, Kaijo means full speed allowed.
制限40
Yonju, there we go. Slow down on the bridge so it doesn't make too much noise. That's the thing. Okay. So before the buses in Kanazawa are about to take off, every single time, the bus driver gets on the microphone. Full speed. The bus driver gets on the microphone and goes, "Shashimasu," in the most disaffected, quiet voice every single time, and it's like, I could do that.
本八戸停車4両
Shashimasu.
制限50
Seigen goju. Goju being 50. Speed limit coming up. 50. Yes, we're going to... Hasha means to launch, basically.
本八戸です。
Mamaнаku, migi gawa desu.
制限50パターン接近パターン解除
So if you're in Japan, and you hear...
終了しました。
You hear, how far am I? Oh god, it's way up ahead. So if you're in Japan, you're going to hear announcements on the train, and it's going to say Migigawa or Hidarigawa. Oh fucking hell, I blew past my stop! Oh no!
DC 圧200キロパスカル
Rip.
よし閉じ目消灯30秒そう出発進行
That's fine. It's fine. Migi means right, Hidari means left. So if the announcements say Hidari gawa, you know that the left side doors are going to open so you can get off the train. Migi gawa means the right side doors are going to open so you can get off the train on the right side. That's it. But like every train in Japan also has English announcements. And in the super tourist heavy spots, you'll have Japanese, English, and Chinese. Mandarin, usually. So It is shockingly easy to get around knowing not a word of Japanese. So long as you stay in the tourist-heavy spots. We were in Osaka for a week, give or take. And at one point, we went up to the shrine, like the neighborhood that my partner lived in for a year. And as soon as you got past a certain spot, like it was tourist spot, English everywhere. The next station, no longer a tourist spot, no English anywhere. So it helps to know a little Japanese, just a little bit. You don't need to know a lot. If you know hitotsu futatsu, that's good. If you know kudasai or onegai shimasu, that's good to know.
発車出発
Obviously, ありがとうございま
閉
す。
じ目点灯
Hey, Navy.
時刻
Long time no see. Welcome,
運
welcome.
転
We're driving trains, Navy.
制限45
How you been doing? We're gonna do the Yamanote line after this, and it's going to be a rough time. You are... Well, we knew that already, Navy. You don't need to tell us that. You big nerd.
この列車は八戸線普通列車久慈行きです。
制限45。
優先席があります。優先席を必要とされるお客様がいらっしゃいましたら
制限
席をお譲りください。
Yeah, it's not graphics. It's a full motion video, Navy. It's literally a recording.
小中野です。
制限解除
Kaijo means full speed allowed, no limit. Yeah, it's an FMV. So this is, I explained it earlier, this is a gamified version of the actual training sim they use to teach train conductors in Japan. It's very much like how Arma is sort of an offshoot of an actual training simulator they made. Yeah, this is literally video. This is what Japan looks like. Nothing. You can't really screw up. If you blow...
停車4両停止目標まで制限70
If you blow past your stop, it just pretends to... It just scoots you back a bunch, that's all. So I'm 400 meters from my stop.
まもなく小中野です。お
Konakano.
出口は右側です。
Odeguchi wa migigawa desu. Deguchi meaning exit. Alright, we're gonna put on a whole lot of brake. Actually, we're going way too fucking fast. I came in hot. Yep, I came in way too fucking hot. God damn it. Only 8 meters off my stopping point, though.
DC 圧200キロパスカル
Hey, chat, look!
Yosh.
0 centimeters. I did
閉
it.
じ目消灯
I did it. 0 centimeters to the stop. I nailed it. Don't worry about it. Oh god. So much of this game is just learning where the hell the stops are. Thank you for driving. So see, that was it. That was the whole course for this one. We're gonna do the Yamanote line. Because it's fun. Auto mode. Only sit in the conductor cabin, go into this view and just watch. I know. It'd be cool. What makes me sad is it's very specifically the JR East train simulator. So it's only trains that run on the JR East lines. So Tokyo and a bit of the north. I so desperately want to drive trains in Osaka because I love Osaka and I want to drive the metros in Osaka. But I can't because they don't have it. Because that's just JR, I think. It's just Japan Rail. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Japan Rail is famously stingy with the licensing for whatever reason. So this is the Yamanote line. This is the ring line that runs inside of Tokyo. You can get literally anywhere in Tokyo from this. Or rather, I should say, if you're going anywhere in Tokyo and you're taking the trains, you will be taking the Yamanote line at some point. What's nice about the Yamanote line is it's got automatic braking. So its speed limit is indicated by the little triangle on my speedometer 品川。お出口は
多くのお客様の乗り降りがございます。
まもなく
立ち止まらずそのままお進みください。スムーズな乗り降りにご協力をお願いします。
まもなく。Look at that other train go. Also, Navy. I showed this earlier, but I'm playing it currently with my actual train controller. So that's not me braking. The train is braking for me, right? How cool is that? All right. So, we're coming into this stop. I more or less know where the breaking point is in these stations because I drive the Yamanote line a lot. I've done this a few times off stream. The ding is a little annoying, yes, you're right. 100% on board with you with that one. I think I'm going a little too slowly. Oh, maybe not. Stop is... Hey, I'm getting raided! Hi, Aza! Ah, fuck. Damn it.
急停車します。ご注意ください。Attention please. The
Damn it.
emergency brakes
Hi, Aza! We're driving trains, Aza!
座席の前までお進みください。
Damn it, I blew past my stop. I was doing so well too and I panicked. Ugh. Put Aza in the Torment Nexus for 30 years. Oh, poor Aza. Hi. Oh no. Aza's been edging. Aza got edged too much. Well, hey. I mean, did you have fun at least, Aza? That's the most important thing. Hey, Cloud Android. Yeah, we're driving trains. Aza, go to bed. No? Oh, you'll have to tell me what happened. But first, you need to go to bed because it's late. Pilot light is on. Shashimasu. We're off. Hello, Raiders. My name is Len Karam. That's Len with 2 L's. I know it looks like an I. It is not. I am a big nerd who likes trains and also TTRPGs and TTRPG adjacent type games. We are currently driving the Yamanote line in Tokyo. The Yamanote line is the ring line that goes around Tokyo. You need to play your prescription Galaxy perk before bed. Well, you go do that then. I like trains. Trains are cool. We are currently playing this game with this train controller I own. I bought this specifically to play this game and other train games. The cool thing about this game is they did an FMV. So this is literally what the game... This is a video that they took of the train running through Tokyo. And then they use this game, or rather, this is a gamified version of the actual training simulator they use to teach train conductors in Japan. So it's a lot of fun. It's very difficult. There is absolutely no tutorial. They just throw you in. But there's no points. There's no like demerits or screwing up. You just want to get better and better as you go. When am I applying? Legitimately, if I could drive trains in Japan, I would. This is a good public service. This is getting people to a place, to another place. You get to drive the big choo-choos. Like, I can't think of a cooler job that is actually giving a public good back to the community, you know? Plus, trains are just so fucking cool. God, I hate cars. I hate cars. Didn't take a break every... Ratopia. What is Ratopia? I don't think I know that one. Alright, we are coming to a stop. We are braking. We are braking. We are slowing to a crawl. I'm going to slow. Get off the brakes. I would rather be a couple seconds late than blowing over the point. It's right over here. Fuck. Damn it. Ball sack.
急停車しま
Damn
す
it.
ご注意ください
Ah, I was doing so much better.
The emergency brakes have been applied
Yeah, fuck off. Hi, Ninja. Oxygen not included, but less dreadful. Oh, cool. That's good. Ugh. Damn it. When I was playing this off stream the other day, I was nailing every stop. Like, I was doing a really good job. I'm fairly certain the funny little box with the 3 red dots in it is some sort of indicator that says where I'm supposed to stop. Because I'm looking at the dash, and like nowhere on here does it say you are so many meters from your stopping point, or so many centimeters from your stopping point, right? So like, I'm sure chat would never distract. You're right. It was all chat's fault that I blew past my stop. 10 seconds. 10 seconds to launch. Here we go. Oh, shut. And we're off. There we go. We're off. Take your 1 hash and scoot. So the limit in this section is 60 kilometers per hour. Japan is, of course, a metric nation, as are most nations on the planet. Sorry, United States. Not that Canada can claim anything. Canada's fucking nightmare of different measurements. God, Canada's the worst for that. Alright, we have a speed limit of 80. So we're gonna put on some more gas.
お出口は左側です。
左側で
先
す。
頭車両付近はとても混み合います。電車を降りられましたら立ち止まらずそのままお進みください。
What I find interesting
乗り降りにご協力を
is that this little video that they play with the announcements doesn't have any English in the announcements. When in Tokyo, the Yamanote line, the announcements for each stop is chock full of English. There is so much English. Okay, we are coming up on our stop. I've got 4 levels of brake on. I measure everything in cats. Okay, I've got 3 degrees of brake on. We are slowly coming into our stop. There's the thingamajig up ahead. 30 kilometers an hour. Oh, going too slow. Going too fast. Going too slow. Okay, a little bit more gas. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's up ahead. Oh, we are 10 seconds late. Oh my god, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna have to commit Sudoku. Oh, fucking hell, man. See, I don't understand the signal lights. Okay, 20 seconds late, but 8 centimeters. Not bad. I will take that. Aza, no. I'm so late. Oh, I have to go commit Sudoku, yeah. Ugh.
Good job!
Thank you, Nick. God damn it. Alright. 5 seconds. Pilot lights on. We are clear to go. Let's rock. Timer's already going. We have 1 minute to go a kilometer and a little bit. That's the Shinkansen. God, the bullet trains. Okay, so... the bullet trains. Oh my god. Y'all, if you've never lived in a city where there is fast, frequent, and reliable rapid transit, you do not know what you're missing. If you live in a place where the next closest city is like 2 to 3 hours away, and you would fly that, if you don't have train as an option, you're missing out. I have 30 seconds to get to the next station. Fuck me. You don't know what you're missing. It's the best goddamn thing in the world. So we're in Osaka. We're heading down to Hiroshima, right? It's like a 2-hour train ride. Give it, not even. It's a very close train ride. But all you do is you You go to the station, you buy your ticket, you go to the platform, and you get on your train. There's no lining up for security. There's no having to get there an hour before you leave. There's no having to check your baggage. I'm already fucking 5 seconds late. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I'm gonna get murdered. I'm gonna have to commit harakiri. This is a good stop, right? Come on, 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 come on. Okay, 30 centimeters off. God damn it. You just show up with your luggage, you get on the train, and you go. If you miss your train, it's fine. The next one's in 10 minutes. Just get on the next one. You won't get the seat you paid for, but you just get on the next one. It's fine. So when I got back to Canada, I'm sitting in the airport. And it's like, okay, God, I wish I was one kitten off. God, I wish I could just get on a train and head back home without having to wait for my next flight. Bullshit. God, I love trains. I wish every place had good trains. This is me ranting. This is a ranting stream now. It's just so good. Japan's so good. Like, I know other places in Europe have it too. You can just get on a train and go. Sakurai, where do you live? Can I dox you? Can I move in with you?
次は有楽町です。お出口は左側です。
Switzerland? Oh, I wish. Oh god, Switzerland has such good trains. All of those countries in Europe have such good trains. Ugh. One of my favorite YouTubers slash on Nebula is Not Just Bikes. Fucking love Not Just Bikes. I wish I lived in a country that had good trains. Viable alternatives to transportation. It's what every place needs. 5 seconds late, going too fast. Fucking hell trains are heavy, man. Oh. Damn it! Really? Damn it. Ugh. Beam trains. Oh, that's cool. That's neat, Nick. That's so cool. Yeah, I guess I should warn I'm really bad at this game. But it's fine. It's fun. It's all fun in the end. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Train museum. Who doesn't love a train museum? Trains should be treated like a bus, but it goes far, I guess? Yeah, but Azza, you were complaining about your trains. I guess the UK doesn't have great trains? Thomas the Tank Engine with a black sleeve over his face? What? That's terrifying. That's cool. I love that the next station is right here. Tokyo.
お出口は左側です。
お出口は左側です。東京。
ご確認ください。
Yeah, my city, I don't want to dox myself, but my city used to have a very, very good bus system, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. Pretty much lines up with our city consistently voting in more right-wing mayors too, which is very annoying. It's like, y'all, I could have told you this was gonna happen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, that's a lot of brake I put on. Oh god, I am so late. I'm gonna get fired. Fuck off. God damn it. Ugh. Irish buses are often an hour late? Jesus Christ. Hey, even my buses aren't that bad. That's rough. Canada doesn't really have trains. I know Toronto and Montreal have fairly good train systems. They're okay. I don't know if Vancouver does, actually. But Canada just doesn't really have trains.
ドア付近のお客様はお荷物お体
Sakurai.
を強くお引きください。
You can't... You live in Switzerland! You can't judge people. Listen, Sakurai, you have the privilege of living in a place with walkable cities and good zoning laws and like good public transit. North America is by and large a car-infested wasteland. You don't walk places. Unless you're lucky and you live in an older suburb, then maybe you'll have some places you can walk to, but like, even where I live, the closest shop to me is a 10-minute walk. And it's a quickie, it's a gas station. So like, yeah, I could go buy ice cream whenever I want, but I'm not doing my groceries. And that's all there is.
おはようございます。この
You
電車
don't
は
walk anywhere.
内回り
The nearest grocery store is at least a half-hour to 40-minute walk away. And it's a long, like 3-lane, like a big strode, basically. It's awful. It's awful. I realized in Japan that my idea of what constitutes... I am going way too fucking fast. What constitutes a good walking distance depends entirely on what's around. Because in Canada, I won't even do a 20-minute walk anywhere. Because there's fucking nothing to see. You know? Whereas in Japan, I was doing 20, 30, 40-minute walks, no sweat. Because there's actually stuff to see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Not bad. 3 seconds and 16 centimeters off. Yeah, exactly. Nick has it exactly. You don't walk places in North America. You just don't. Unless you live in the city, and even then, like, the cities are built to accommodate cars. North America is largely built for cars. It fucking sucks. God, I miss Japan. And like, okay, I'm not trying to romanticize Japan. I know Japan, my infatuation with the public transit systems in Japan is entirely because we stuck to the tourist areas and we stuck to the big cities. The next time we go, we're planning on doing the north. So we very much want to go to Aomori. We very much want to go to Hokkaido. And Hokkaido is like Canadian or Japanese Canada, Canadian Japan. Once you go further north, you kind of have to have a car. And I realize that. And I know, like, even in the Kanto region, if you live in the country, you have to have a car. Which is fine. You know? People who hate cars in cities don't hate cars. They don't want cars to all turn to dust. We just want better public transit. We want good, viable alternatives to transportation. I have turned this into me ranting about cars. I'm sorry, chat. I hope this is okay. I am driving better because of it, though. Funny enough. So a little more gas, just a bit more. 4 meters off. 30 centimeters and 2 seconds over. Not so bad. I was actually mentioning Not Just Bikes earlier, Sakurai. He is the #1 reason I am subscribed to Nebula. Because YouTube can eat my entire ass with all of its ads. Yeah. I love Not Just Bikes. He comes off as a little preachy sometimes, but honestly, I'm into it. Because at this point, if you try to ever bring up, like, hey, I'd love if there were more trains. I'd love if, you know, if public transit in North America didn't have this stigma of being for the poors, quote unquote, you know? That's not how it is in Europe. That's not how it is in Japan, in Asia. You know, regular ass people take the train. Regular ass people take buses. because they're good, viable alternatives to transportation. But in North America, we've trained everyone to think trains and buses are for poor people. And if you're good, if you're a good person, because that's another thing, you know, you would kind of tied income to whether or not you're a good person. You take a car, you own a car. And cars fucking suck. They're so expensive and dangerous, and I hate them. They take up so much room. Whenever I'm in my car and I have to drive somewhere, I'll hit a red light and I'll have this epiphany. And I've had this epiphany a number of times. Where you're sitting there and it's like, do I really need 2 tons of metal, plastic, and glass to propel me? Just me? Bye, Cloud Android. I'm sorry if my ranting is driving you away. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I mean, you tell people, I wish I had more trains, and they're like, no, my car, my freedoms. I want to have the freedom to sit in traffic. It's like, you're fucking insane. But like, we're not stopping you. 10 seconds over and a 10 centimeters short. Not bad. I've done worse. Bye, Cloud. This is the Len ranting channel now, I'm sorry. We get angry about trains on this channel, I guess. Sim to educate you in infrastructure. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be into that. Has to be based on real logic, consequences, and so on. That's cool. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there is Derail Valley. It doesn't let you build infrastructure, but it's a very granular train sim. And you 100% can drive your trains off the track. It's very fun. I might play that in the future because it has a VR mode, so playing that in VR would be very cool.
ご乗車ありがとうございました。
上野で。上野です。
左側です。この先もお気をつけください。
お出口は左側です。All public traffic, not just one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, come off the brakes a little bit. I'm going too slow now. Okay, a little bit more brake. A little bit more brake. Going too fast still. Way too fast. Far too fast. Emergency brakes. Damn it.
Attention please. The emergency brakes have been applied.
Ugh. Damn it.
ご乗車になられましたら、車内の奥、
Oh, well, it's fine.
までお進みください。ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。ドア付近のお客様はお荷物、お体を強くお引きください。
That'd be cool. Me driving off all of my viewers because I'm ranting about trains. Alright. Hasha. Oh, June. Aza. Are you still there? Aza and June. June and Aza. Yosh! Crawling across the floor. Aza is a crawling ghost confirmed. Get the dots out. Put it closer to the floor.
この電車は山手線内回り池袋新宿方面行きです。
I finished my game, Aza, so I would like to join you two tomorrow if that's okay. I would like to learn Tajong. Please teach me Tajong. I want Tajong. Okay. I need to learn how to brake in this game. Because you want to put on a bunch of brake to kill your speed quickly, and then you can coast. But you, like, want to stay on the brake. There's a certain amount of brake you want to stay on. Also, this game is supposed to have task, which I'm told is basically an automatic braking system on the Yamanote line. And it's supposed to help the driver brake. 12 seconds over. Fuck. Alright, well. Close. Yeah, let's jong. I would like to know why my arms keep falling asleep, though. That would be very, very nice. What is going on with my arms? Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Okay. We're off. I do have a horn, by the way. Fuck, that's loud. If I try turning them on and off again, I'll just detach them. Who needs arms? I wish to be incorporeal. 700 meters to Nippori Station.
日暮里です。
Nippori です。
お出口は左側です。
左側で
日暮里
す。
駅では多くの乗り降りがございます。電車も降りられましたら立ち止まらずそのままお進みください。スムーズな乗り降りにご協力をお願いいたします。
左側です。Next stop, Nippori Station. Nippori Station. Passengers can exit here for the Chuo line. Fuck, I love Osaka. I love the Osaka Metro. The lady on the Osaka Metro is so cheerful. Oh, I'm gonna blow past this one and then some.
急停車します。ご注意。
Yikes.
Attention please. The emergency brakes have been applied.
God damn it. Yeah, Sekimorai, legitimately, that's how this game works. There is no tutorial. You just drop in. More milk. Asa wants that hot milk. Asa wants that hot milk.
ご注意ください。
I have Sims like this. True. I don't like hot milk. I don't really like milk. I have less than a minute to get to the next... Ayo. I have less than a minute to get to the next station. Frothing at the mouth for hot milk. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like milk. The only times I'll drink milk is if it's in cereal, or if it's so cold that I can't taste it. Hot milk kind of grosses me out.
次は西日暮里。西日暮里です。
西日暮里です。
お出口は左側です。
左側です。 You can kind of use the way people are moving to gauge your speed. Yeah, see, I'm going too slow now. And I'm already a second over and 70 meters short. God damn it. Coming in nice and slow. Oh, not so bad. Could have been worse. I mean, pretty bad, but not so bad. Yes, I'm sure there's a Japanese person out there who's gonna watch these VODs and go, fuck, we can't let this person into the country. Yikes.
ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。
Yeah. God. So hey chat, how we doing? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday so far. The train arrives even just 1 second late and everyone on the platform goes, oh no, throws arms into the air and leaves the train station. Work was very slow, that's good. Mine too. まもなく田端です。お出口は右側です。
次は田端です。 お出口は左側です。
Hinarigawa desu. I was wrong. I'm telling them wrong. You don't deserve passengers if you're late. But. How can I get paid if I don't have passengers? I need passengers to make a living. If I don't have passengers, I'll die. Oh god, I'm already late. How the fuck do people do this? Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh, big wrong. Oh, off by forever.
ご注意ください。
Off by
The
10
emergency
meters.
brakes have been applied.
Yikes. Oh, lordy. What a bad showing I'm having. God. I'll pay JR East instead. Yeah. My partner and I want to go back to Japan. This year actually. Or next year. Like early next year in the winter. In the winter, one, so that we can see Japan in the winter. 2, because it's off tourist season. 3, because we kind of want to go up north, and I'd really love to go to Sapporo for the winter festival up there. 4, because it's me and my partner's 20-year anniversary, and I think going to a place we both love as a gift to ourselves would be really, really cool. So, yeah, we want to go to Hokkaido. We want to go to Aomori as well, because Aomori looks really, really cool. I want to get some of the good Apple stuff they have in Aomori.
お出口は右側です。お客様へお願いいたします。
And also, one of my favorite mangas is Flying Witch. And Flying Witch takes place entirely in Aomori. And you can actually go to the cafe that the characters go to. It's not off the beaten path. It's not like... it's not hidden off the road and you have to bow to it to see it. It's actually a cafe in the middle of like this palace complex. But it's so pretty and I so want to go. Get some good Apple stuff and then we can go up to Hokkaido. Check it out up there. The only thing is we might have to rent a car. So... Greater Minnesota? Second right. Oh, Greater Minnesota! Because I'm Canadian. I've never heard it called that, but I kind of love that. 7 tigers worth of snow. There was one year when I was a teenager where we got so much snow in my city that the snowplows piled it all up and piled it all up and piled it all up to the point where we could sit on top of the bus stations. Oh, still in the green. 10 seconds late, but still in the green. Yeah, no, we get lots of snow. We actually got quite a lot of snow this year. I'm not gonna say where I live because I don't want to dox myself, but we got quite a lot of snow this year. Hasha. My partner is on her way home. There is 19 stations on the Yamanote line. Gambatte ne. So, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again because it is one of my favorite stories from our trip to Japan. We went up to Takayama to get to the autumn festival. In Takayama, we went to a little restaurant where we get sat down. And the waiter walks up to us. We went to this restaurant because they have Hida beef. In Takayama, they have Hida beef. It's one of the better beefs, I guess, in Japan. Hida beef. It's delicious. Wagyu, all that stuff, right? So we go to this restaurant because they have Hida beef on the menu. We get sat down by our waiter, and the waiter pulls out the menu and looks at us, and looks at his menu, and then goes... Okay. Or, yosh. And then starts trying to... Do not stop in this section, excuse me. Hold on. I need to park. Oh god. Starts getting fucking hell. 20 seconds late, but 20 centimeters off, not so bad. Looks at us and starts like getting prepared to speak to us in English. And I say in Japanese, because I do speak a little bit of Japanese. You're not going to hear it here. Unless I finish this line and we still have a little bit of time, then we can work on our Japanese together. I say in Japanese, it's okay. We already read the menu outside. We know what we want. We would like this, this, and this. And the guy looks at us with this huge smile on his face. And he goes, all right. They speak Japanese. And writes down our order and leaves. And just so cool. That was easily my favorite part of the trip, was the looks on people's faces when they realized that I could speak some Japanese. I wasn't even good, but I could speak a little bit of Japanese. You know? How do you know where to fully stop? I have no fucking idea, Sakurai. On the right side of the screen, you can see a little graphic that pops up that tells me where to stop. How the actual drivers know? Could not tell you. Yes, exactly, Sakurai, that's it. As long as you make yourself known, it's okay. There's a funny little square on the station with like a red dot pattern that appears that changes as you get near it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. What is this data pull? You don't want to hear the screaming of people yelling during Black Friday and meditate to that? So immediately next to our booth is another couple of tourists. They're American. You can tell they're American from their accent, who don't speak a word of Japanese. And the waitress who's serving them is just having a hell of a time. Not having a good time at all. She's trying her very best. And props to her, very patient with them because, you know, the service industry is very much a thing in Japan. 20 seconds late. Half a meter off, which sucks, but I'm okay. You're stopped too early. Please move to the correct position. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Damn it. I thought I did a good job for once. Not so much. So, at one point, we're looking around the restaurant. We're just having fun. And there's like a pillar behind us that has a bunch of different currencies stapled to the pillar. Just different dollar bills, basically, right? And they've got, you know, dollars, Canadian dollars, American dollars. They've got pesos up there. They've got one with penguins on it, which I think is New Zealand. If we have any New Zealanders watching, please correct me. They got British pounds up there. They've got Australian dollars. They got everything, right? So we're looking at it. We're mentioning it. And eventually our waiter comes by and looks at us, looks at where we're looking, points at the pillar and says, oh, the money, right? I say, yeah, we're trying to find ours. And he goes, where are you from? Canada. He goes, okay, is it this one? And points at the ones with the penguins. I get why you would think that, but wrong hemisphere. Not that one. So eventually we find it, and we're just yapping. And the waitress comes by, the one who had been dealing with the American couple, and starts trying to speak to us in English. And you can see her brain sort of short out because she realizes that we're speaking Japanese. And then in Japanese says, oh, they're speaking Japanese. And the waiter looks at her and goes, yeah, it's cool, right? And she's like, oh, thank God, as she's walking away. All of my favorite moments in Japan were when I had cool conversations in Japanese with Japanese people. I didn't get a lot of jozus. My partner did, I didn't. And after 3 weeks there and talking to the Japanese learning community online, and, you know, talking to some actual Japanese people, I was told that the reason I didn't get a lot of jozus was probably because my level was just a little past where you would get jozu'd. I'm not good by any means, but I was a little bit better than the level at which you would get a jozu, you know? So that was very heartening. I was very happy about that. Where's my stop? Up ahead. A little bit more juice on her. I'm 20 seconds late. That sucks. But at least I'm not like minutes late or like, oh, I'm gonna blow through this one. Yep, emergency brakes. God damn it.
ご注意ください. Attention please.
Jozu.
The emergency brakes have been applied.
Jozu. Jozu. So, in the Japanese learning community, especially for English people, people who speak English who are learning Japanese, there's a meme in the community where it does not matter how bad you are. If you can say even a word in Japanese and you say it to a Japanese person, the Japanese person will often look at you and go, "Ah, Nihongo jozu da ne." As in, you speak very good Japanese. Even if you walk up to this person and go, "Arigato gozaimasu," you know? Like, pronunciation's wrong. Intonation's wrong. Pitch accent's wrong. It doesn't matter because Japanese people tend to be very polite. Sometimes it's fake friendliness. More often than not, genuinely, it is a compliment / filler. They don't know what to say, so they're filling the air because they don't know what to say, you know? It's clear you don't speak Japanese, so they're not gonna be able to speak Japanese to you. My experience was that I would speak Japanese to someone in my very, very broken Japanese. And this person's eyes would light up, and then they would hit me with rapid fire, full-on fluent Japanese. And it wasn't until I would hold my hands up and go, that they would dial it back. Pretty much every time. My very first Jozu was when I was trying to explain something to the hotel staff. To this very young lady at the hotel counter. Just a bit more juice on her, and we're good. 2 seconds late and 3 centimeters? Oh, that's my best stop yet. I was trying to explain something to this lady, the staff member at the hotel. And I couldn't get my point across because I didn't know the vocabulary for it. And I basically hit her with, "Gomen, Nihongo wa muzukashii desu yo ne." And she looks at me and puts her hands on the desk and leans in and goes, "Nihongo jozu da ne." And I'm like, oh, that sounded sincere. Actually, I'll take that. I am happy with that. Because up to that point, I had been explaining myself fairly well, I thought. There was one point in Tokyo where we were going to Cat Street in Tokyo. It's called Cat Street. And along the way, there was like a little secondhand store of this lady selling kimonos. And among other things, like kimono and kimono accessories, right? All secondhand, all incredibly cheap. Old Japanese later. So, my partner picks out a kimono. Very pretty. It was sort of a pale yellow with gold and silver accents. No silver, gold accents. And she's trying to pick out an obi to go with the kimono. And she can't quite find one. And I'm no help because I'm colorblind. So, at one point, I'm going too fast. I'm going to keep her in neutral. At one point, with this old lady who runs this place, I go up to her. I'm holding the kimono, and I say in Japanese, for this kimono, what color? Ooh, I'm way too fucking fast. Ooh, no, I'm not. Shit. I was doing okay, and I second guessed myself. For this colored kimono, 8 seconds late and 8 centimeters short. Not so bad. I hold up the kimono and I say, for this kimono, what color of obi would you suggest? And this old lady didn't even bat an eye. She immediately says, oh, it's this color. You probably want to go with this kind of obi. And she starts rifling through it and she's looking at different ones. You can try this one. You can try that one. And I'm looking at her picking and my partner's off doing something else. And I say, I pick one and I look at her and I said, and I say, you know, as a good contrast for this color, would this color work? And she looks at it and she goes, yeah, no, that would work pretty well. And I go up to my partner and in English, I say, you know, I asked the lady, you know, she's suggesting this one, or I'm suggesting this one, and she agrees with me. And my partner's like, oh, cool. Okay, sure. Let's go with that one. So we go up to the lady. I tell her we're going to buy it. We're going to buy this together. She tells us the price. I pay her. And as we're leaving, she bags it all up. As we're leaving, she grabs my sleeve, pulls me back to the house, opens her front door, leans in, grabs a bottle of water that's nice and cold, and gives it to us and says, "Thank you so much." And it's like, oh, this old lady's so sweet. Now I choose to believe that I got the bottle of water as a thank you for speaking Japanese. She probably does it for everyone, but I choose to believe that I got rewarded, you know? It was a life-changing trip. In no small terms, it was eye-opening. And I realized that I went there as a tourist and I didn't have to deal with the hustle and bustle of everyday life in Japan. I get that. I get that I am romanticizing it. I am acknowledging that it is a country like everywhere else. It's gonna have its own societal issues. You know, it's a thing. But I really truly believe that it is the place I am meant to be. And I need to get out there at some point. Is this gonna be a good stop? Did I do a good job on this one? Wait. Oh no, I'm a little late and a little short. Not quite enough juice on her. No! 10 seconds late and 5 centimeters over. Could be worse, I guess. Yeah. What's very, very fun about the word jozu is it's written with the characters for up and hand. And then the opposite, heta, is written with the characters down and hand. So, jozu or heta, you are either up hand at something or down hand at something. And I think that's really cute. Next stop, Shinjuku. Shinjuku Station in 1 kilometer. We did Shinjuku Station once while we were there, and it was a nightmare. God, that's the funniest thing too. So my partner lived in Japan for a year, so she has Japanese friends. We met up with one of them while we were in Tokyo, and we were just talking about stuff, you know. And we mentioned how we hadn't actually gone to Shinjuku Station yet. And she's like, "Oh, let's go." So she brings us to Shinjuku Station, which, if you don't know Shinjuku Station, it's the busiest, I think it's the busiest train station in the world. It has more throughput in one day than most train stations elsewhere will have in an entire year. Millions of people per day. It is also labyrinthine. If you've ever read House of Leaves, it's a little bit like that. The stations are constantly, or the routes are constantly changing. There's always construction happening in Shinjuku Station. To the point where even locals get lost in Shinjuku Station, which happened. My partner's friend was trying to guide us through Shinjuku Station to get to the Hachiko statue to show us the dog, you know, as you do. Look at all these guys taking photos of the train. And she got lost. Ooh, I'm a little short. She got lost. So, it's really funny. Shinjuku Station's funny. Much as I like Japan, I wouldn't want to live there. The sheer bureaucracy you have to go through, all the additional problems as an outsider. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Absolutely, I totally agree with you. I am looking at it through rose-colored tourist glasses. Absolutely. But I still want to go, you know? I still want to live there. Very much. One day. One day. We'll get there. I don't actually know how many more stops I have. I haven't been counting. Shut. And we're off. Yeah, that's basically it, right? Live there for a few years and see what happens. I'm told most foreigners who live there, most immigrants who live there, I hate the word expat. hate that word. Most people who move there who are foreigners have I think it's a 5-year threshold where it's either 5 or 10, I forget the number. But after a certain number of years, they either decide this is the place for me, or I gotta leave, I can't take it anymore. You know? But yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if I move there and I hate it, I'll just move to somewhere in Europe. Because I want places that actually give a shit. You know what I mean? Wow, I killed my speed way too fast. Holy jumping. I still got 10 seconds. Come on. 7 meters. Little bit more speed. Little bit more speed. Little bit more speed. God damn it. I did so fucking well and then I gunned it. I blame chat. I blame all of you. Yeah, I'd love to. I actually very briefly tried learning Norwegian. Very, very briefly. They're cool little languages. I quite like... I like the trio of languages that are more or less mutually intelligible. I think they're very cool. Also, I speak English, and like that's most of the way. You know what I mean? Japanese is quite a bit different from English. Are we gonna go? There we go. Yeah. One day. Just scream. Hey, I mean, Ostercheck, yeah, I'm shrimping pretty bad right now. Ugh. If I get lucky, and this VTubing thing actually takes off, you know, it might be worth thinking about. I doubt it'll take off. No offense to my lovely viewers, you're all amazing. But let's be real here, I'm no Shy Lily. I'm not pulling an Iron Mouse numbers, you know. I guess I have only been doing this for like 5 months, but still, I can't imagine I ever take off hugely. I like to think I bring something to the table that others don't. Obviously, I'm the only one who's me. And people seem to like my voice, so that's one selling point. Yeah. I've definitely been lucky. It helps that I got adopted by Spooky and the gang. Is this gonna be a good stop? Almost, eh? Almost. Oh, 4 centimeters. 10 seconds late, but 4 centimeters is not bad. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, fine, if you want to judge me for the extra 2 seconds. Fine. Not me, my boss? Yeah, I know. No. It's fun. Genuinely, I'm discovering that I'm really, really loving streaming. It's so much more fun than I thought it would be. And clearly I have no problem yapping, because I don't think I've shut up for the last 3 hours. Yeah. Just fun. It is fun. Yeah, Nick. That's what's up, you know? Shibuya! Onwards to Shibuya! Shibuya です。お出口は右側です。
また電車とホームの間が広く空いている箇所があります。 電車をお降りの際は押し合わず
I think Shibuya is the one that forces me to brake really, really hard. Yeah.
乗り降りにご協力をお願いします。
This is the station that forces me to come to a complete fucking halt. I think I dropped to like 30 on this stop. Oh, maybe it's not this one. It's the next one. Oh wow, Sekimura, that's crazy. I say as I just finished up my my very long narration of Stories from Seoul. Yeah, Nick, we're trying. We're trying to bring the community into it a little bit more. It's a nice little station at Shibuya. Oh. A little bit more juice. A little bit more juice. 2 centimeters in 7 seconds. Not bad. That is my best one yet. I was only 7 seconds late. 7 seconds is understandable. Being too early is also bad. A Japanese train is never late, nor is it early. It arrives precisely when it means to. Jesus Christ. 7 minutes is what you're looking at in my end of town, in end of Canada. Sometimes trains here just don't show up. Alright, re-rolling. And away. And we're off. 1.5 kilometers to the next stop. Ebisu. 次、恵比寿です。お出口は左側です。6 minutes, 53 seconds too early. Honestly, yeah. It's to the point in my city where if the trains and buses arrive on time, you're shocked. Because they're either really early or really late, and they don't wait. It's brutal. If it shows up 10 minutes early, it's leaving 10 minutes early. It'll just leave you. And then the next bus isn't until 30 minutes from the actual time. So if it shows up 10 minutes early, that means the next bus isn't until 40 minutes from now. And the next bus might show up 10 to 20 minutes late. So your next bus might be a full hour from when you are. It's fucking brutal. Yeah, no. That's a real thing in my city. You can miss your bus or train because it's early or on time. It's really bad. Oop, I got too much speed. Maybe not enough speed. Touch more. 3 seconds and 4 centimeters. I might be getting the hang of this.
ご乗車になられましたら、車内の奥、座席の前までお進みください。
My partner is sending me messages. What is going on? Oh, yes. It is 4 after 6. So I think once we park this train, I think the next stop might be the next one. Once we park this train, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to send it off to someone else.
お荷物、お体を強くお引きください。
Use your tiger instead. Hop on, sit down. Purrs, the wind blows through your fur. I don't have any fur. I'm a robot. Beep boop. Beep boop beep. Alright, here we go. Meguro. Meguro. 次、Meguro です。お出口は右側です。After Clue wants some fur. No, I'll just sleeve into a different form. I'll sleeve into a different morph. It's fine.
次は目黒です。
目黒です。
お出口は右側です。
右側
優
で
先
す。
席があります。優先席を必要とされるお客様がいらっしゃいましたら
You did, Nick, you did.
席をお譲りください。ご協力をお願いいたします。
That is a thing you did for sure. I'm 700 meters away, but I still have a minute to get there. Oh, this is the stop where we gotta brake really hard. Look at all the houses. Man, Japan's beautiful. Seriously. I love how old everything is in Japan, you know? Like, so we're in Kyoto. We go off the beaten path in Kyoto. We make our way to a sweets store. And this sweets shop is 1,000 years old. It's been run by the same family ever since it opened 1,000 years ago. And it's so wild walking into a store where it's like, oh yeah, here's this shop that is literally... Oh fuck. Oh, I beefed that one.
急停車します。ご注意ください。Attention please. The emergency brakes
Talking
have
about
been
Kyoto too
applied.
much. It's so cool walking into a shop that is literally 5 to 6 times older than your country. You know? Directly across the street from this shop. Yeah, it was too early. Directly across the street from this shop is another shop selling the exact same sweets. And if you look online, the reviews for it say, when you come down the street, go to the shop on the right, because the shop on the left are a bunch of newcomers. They showed up way later, they copied our business model, they're fakes, you know? So you look it up. The shop on the right is 1,000 years old. The shop on the left is 600 years old. They're the newcomers. And it's like, oh, okay, this is still 3 times older than my entire country. This isn't newcomers? Fuck. Oh, we got ads. If you don't want to see the ads, please use picture-in-picture. Only subscribe to me if you'd like to get access to my very, very adorable emotes. They are very cute. If you don't want to see the ads and you don't care about my emotes, just use picture-in-picture. You can keep listening in with the audio on that. If you desperately want to give me money, go to Ko-fi. I have a coffee. You give me money if you want, I guess. It's fine. Although more subs would be nice so I could have more emote slots. It's always a thing. It's difficult to, like, you know. Or pay Twitch for Turbo. That is a thing you can also do. And then go to Ko-fi and give me some money. No, don't do that. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. Please don't do that. Although if you did support me, it would help me, maybe see my dream of living in Japan at some point, you know? It's so weird because I don't want to beg for money, but also it would be really cool if this streaming thing actually took off as like a career. Wow, I'm not even on the thing. Damn. Alright, a little bit more juice. I got 20 seconds to get here still. I am so early. How am I this early? 15 centimeters and 40 seconds early. Yikes! If you're non... I know. But I don't want to give Amazon money, you know? It's bad enough they already have my tax information. I don't want to give Bezos any more of my information than I need to. Plus, in my experience, the VODs, no one ever really watches them. I do have a YouTube that I upload all my VODs to. It's in my... If you look at my About page, all my VODs are in there. Not that YouTube's any better, you know? Really. There is no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism and all that. Bezos can eat. Motherfucker has more money than, like, 99.9% of the planet. Dude can eat his money for all I care. I don't care. And Jeff Bezos. I'm anti-capitalist. I don't know if that's come across yet.
次は大崎です。お出口は右側です。
おー、先で
大崎駅
す。
では乗務員交代のため少々停車いたします。あらかじめご了承ください。
This is the one where it drives you to a crawl. Because we're switching to the right, I believe. You do turbo for VODs. Oh, I was wrong. Not entirely sure why we come to a crawl here, actually. Turbo for VOD, so I won't get stressed with it. True. And I mean, the Twitch Turbo also, I get different ad revenue for that. Like, it still counts the ad revenue and you don't get ads or something. Not that ad revenue in Twitch is worth spit anymore. They give you pennies now. It's pretty rough. I think this is the last stop. So I think we're just about done. Let's see if I can actually get a good stop for my very last stop. Oh, nope. Very much no.
急停車します。ご注意ください。Attention please. The emergency brakes have been applied.
Damn it. Oh, well. Thank you for driving. That's it. That's all she wrote. Thank you for driving. Sudoku with 4 letters it is. Yeah, no. Alright. Cool beans. So. It's the wrong image. Hold on. Thank you. I'm sorry I was such a bad train conductor. I am trying my best. Alright. So. Chat? There we go. So. Yeah, of course. I love trains. Trains are cool. Tomorrow, according to my schedule, is supposed to be more Stories from Seoul, the Gundog, but we finished it. Clap, clap, clap for having finished that game on stream. It is officially my second ever finished game on stream. So instead, what's happening tomorrow is I'm going to be joining Aza and June. June, the incident, is going to be teaching us. Here, I'll give shoutouts to both of them. So Aza Nissan, most of you know Aza because I believe you came from his stream. June is going to be teaching Aza and I how to play Mahjong using the game Mahjong Soul. So that should be a fun time because I know a little bit of Mahjong. I don't think Aza knows any Mahjong. He might know a little bit. June is a Mahjong pro. So we're gonna see how badly we do because I'm really bad at it, even though I know a little bit of it. And this is June. Shoutouts for June. No hit any % Doom
We finally get Larry.
That would be pretty fun. But no, we're not doing that. So, let me get my music on for a little bit of tunes.
I'm censoring you. I'm censoring you in chat. I can't see you.
Hopefully everyone here had fun. Hopefully everyone had a good time. I always love streaming to everyone. I love the interactions I get in chat. If you were lurking this whole time, I love you too. You're great. Lurking is totally cool. I did have fun. I always have fun, and chat was good. Yep. Like Aza says, the only person who's obligated to be here is me. So that you showed up at all is super, super great. We're gonna raid out to someone. Right, my links, my buttons on my stream deck broke, so I can't just hit my stream. I can't hit a button to see who's live. So we're gonna go to actual Twitch and we're gonna see who's live and we're gonna try and find someone. Let's see now. Twitch, who is live? Let's see. Oh, Piper is live. That might be fun to raid too. Okay. We're gonna continue this strange thing we're doing. Piper is my current favorite model artist. She makes STLs for printable Warhammer 40k proxy models. So right now she's working on a proxy model for she's working on a model for an Eldar proxy army for Warhammer 40k. She's very, very good. She has a Patreon. You can get some of the coolest goddamn things from there. Please be nice. I'm gonna send you their way. Let's see. How do I raid? Raid. Piper makes. So we're gonna raid out. We're gonna make this raid live. Raid is live. Tell them I said hi. And I will see all of you tomorrow for some Mahjong. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I love you all. Bye, everyone.